intense video of Russell Crowe confronting autograph seekers in Paris went viral. The actor defended his actions online. In a video making the rounds, Crowe was filmed warning fans not to crowd him, saying, "Stay where you are, give everybody space," and also shut down one fan's request to add the word Maximus to an autograph with a blunt no. Some people have framed the whole thing as Crowe losing patience with fans, but the actor fired back, calling the footage clickbait. He said, "Everybody got their autograph and selfie. The passage to the hotel was kept free of guests, and I still got to the airport on time. One man, no security, handled. What's your problem?" he said.
And there is footage of him working the crowd and being pretty nice.
He was just laying down the law saying, look, if we're going to do this,
got to do it this way.
Let's do this orderly.
Right.
And he's right, because otherwise people just pounce on you and somebody could get hurt. So
a lot of those celebrities are not massive fans, understandably so, of the ones who come up with 300 things to be signed because they're autograph sellers.
Yeah, they're going to go sell those. And it's not fair.
Did you see the video of him catching the tennis ball before that?
No.
He was at a match, and the ball just came right to his seat, and he snagged it out of the air.
Good for him. All right, Russell Crowe. Chelsea Handler is spilling all her dating tea, including a bad celebrity date story involving Chef Bobby Flay that was, quote, pretty bad. They had apparently exchanged a flirty conversation, and while at a hotel with friends, Flay offered the comedian, "Let me order your food for you. I love that hotel." But things went sideways when the food arrived, and Chelsea was stuck with the bill, and her pal said, "Oh, yeah, he's really cheap." Handler revealed that that was her deal breaker, saying, "I hate cheap." She added that they did end up going on a real date later, but laughed about how they were not a match and the date was messy. Handler didn't stop there and open up about an unbearable date with a mystery actor. The comedian noted, "I had really gone out of my way. I had really pursued him. But once I sat down with him, I was like, you're so boring and so annoying." She criticized his demeanor, saying he was so serious about himself as an actor, and he didn't ask me one question about myself, calling the whole experience frustrating and one-sided. Despite the dating horror stories, she hinted at a brief romance, teasing that she had a nice little affair that lasted a few months with a mysterious A-list celebrity. She's currently dating construction executive Joe Lagura, but had previously dated celebs Joe Coy and 50 Cent as well.
Joe Coy apparently was like a big one in her life. Like she was...
Like getting serious?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And she's like perpetually single, right? Or not, she's not going to settle down altogether.
I don't think so.
Yeah.
Did you have... I didn't do much, quote unquote, here's a person hey, you want to go on a date? I always kind of knew the people I would ask out to some extent. I had some sort of understanding of who they were. So it was very rare that I would be with someone and go, "Oh, this isn't working."
No, I had it. I mean, there was a time in my life where I was just meeting people and saying, "Hey, you want to go out sometime and find out more about you?" And then that's when you find out.
Right.
So some of them were strangers, that I was just like, "I'll take a shot,"
I find it interesting, like somebody like Chelsea Handler, you have to go public with your relationships. You put it on your social media, and then you just have to be okay when it's over and move on. And do you erase the photos? Do you talk about it? So I give her credit for just being so open about it.
Yeah, I didn't consider that, if you're posting things, because I did not date in the realm in which we had these things at our fingertips. And that's... And then you see he deleted these and so on. I guess it's over, but I guess
you don't have to post if you're going out, right?
No, you don't.
Yeah.
You do not have to.
Compelled.
Absolutely not.
Yeah.
All right, here's a follow-up story. We told you that once Stephen Colbert's Late Show run was over, he took his talents to a local Michigan TV show and hosted a show there. It was local access. Once that episode of Only in Monroe hit YouTube, CBS was quick to fire off copyright notices to YouTube channels sharing the episode, and that wasn't well received, however, and now the network is walking things back a bit. In a statement, CBS said, "As is our regular practice, we send copyright notices to unauthorized websites that post copyrighted content from CBS and our network/studio talent, such as Stephen Colbert," the company said. So I guess technically he was still under contract at that point. I don't know.
He might very well still be, and that would be a violation. I'll tell you something. What I have seen is that recently YouTube has gotten very, and I think it has a lot to do with AI. It has a lot to do with these automated systems, Preston, that can take content, just like turn it sideways and pump it back out again. Right. So the theft of other people's content is rampant.
Oh, you mean just kind of tweak it slightly so it's not
Turn
recognized?
It, put a blue hue on it and put it back out.
Yeah, that was like, so when I was doing my drum videos for a hot minute, sometimes you'd put up a video and then boom, it was taken right down because of copyright. But some people would, if you sped it up like a 0.1%, that it would not recognize it as the same song, so and therefore you could get away with it.
They're coming down on that.
Yeah,
it's a lot more comprehensive. You would see some channels that I would follow that might have like clips of movies or things that they're talking about. That's far less the situation now. It's a lot more talking. You notice this, Marissa?
Well, now with AI, it's much easier for them to track it down. They just set a bot and it goes and finds it. But Instagram has come out and said that if your account is mostly just sharing other people's content, that it's going to push you down. Yeah. It needs to be original somehow. So just repeats. So if somebody just screenshots something and like puts it out there without any additions to it, it's saying that your account's not going to be successful anymore.
It blows my mind that there are entire channels where somebody says, "Did you see the latest episode of this?" And then they basically run the entire episode. And they come in the last few seconds. What'd you think of that?
Right, and there you go. That's original content.
Oh my God!
Yeah, there's other ones where I'm literally watching somebody else's video, and then this Yahoo's in the bottom corner going, and then this person's cutting this onion, and then they do this, and then they do that, and I'm like, that's not your content. Why did this end up in my algorithm?
There are certain things that I just immediately when I hear. What we found out about Sylvester Stallone will make your head explode, and there's nothing,
Marissa, that's called the stitch, right? What Casey's talking about?
That's a little, yes, it can be, yes.
Yeah. So the network added that it would waive enforcement until it had time for further review. In the meantime, if you want to see the episode for yourself before it's taken down, it's been posted on YouTube channels for Colbert, The Late Show, and Monroe Community Media. Monroe. I was talking, my buddy and I were talking about Jim J. Bullock the other day.
Jim J. Bullock is an underappreciated comedic giant.
For those who don't know, he played Monroe on Too Close for Comfort. My friend's son had just bought a house in San Francisco, and he showed me a picture. I'm like, that looks like the Too Close for Comfort. Then we headed down a Jim J. Bullock rabbit hole.
I like Too Close for Comfort.
It was a good show. Ted Knight. Yeah. All right, Lisa Rinna weighed in on Spencer Pratt's run for Los Angeles mayor while attending the American Music Awards, making it clear that she's hesitant to back him up. When asked who should lead the city, she admitted, "I'm going to say I don't know yet. Not a reality star, though. I'm sorry." Rihanna acknowledged Pratt's momentum, saying he could be, she said, he's got power behind him, it seems, but I don't know. But still expressed doubt about his chances. Reflecting on her own background, she said, "Listen, I'm a reality person. You wouldn't want me as a mayor, would you, really?" Lisa still emphasized, "I love him. I think he's amazing," but ultimately suggested Los Angeles might benefit from more experienced leadership. Her comments come as Pratt continued campaigning following his mayoral bid announcement earlier this year.
What's up with Harry Hamlin, her husband? Right?
What's up with him?
Yeah, I haven't seen posts from him in a long time.
I don't know. Yeah, he was doing some fun stuff for a while.
Bunch of stuff, and now he's falling off the face of the earth.
Interesting.
I'm frightened.
So how do A-listers like Timothée Chalamet and Kylie Jenner get removed from their seats at an NBA game? Well, apparently, if you're not cheering for the home team, that can happen. The two were in Cleveland for Game 4 of the NBA Eastern Conference Finals. Chalamet, who is frequent courtside to cheer on his Knicks, was not in his customary premium seat. Seems that the Cleveland Cavaliers organization took steps to make sure that the courtside seats were occupied by hometown fans.
Only right?
Yeah. Chalamet and Jenner were forced to sit in the second row behind the barrier.
This is too far.
Of Cavs fans. At least 10 Knicks fans with courtside seats were called by a Cavaliers executive and told that they no longer had courtside seats.
I don't like this, babe.
Yep.
Too far back, babe.
So Rosie O'Donnell is struggling over her recent decision to get a facelift. And it's not the should I or shouldn't I part, but she had guilt over the cost of it. She said she underwent a lower, deep plane facelift in January, and the cost was prohibitive even for someone who has the money. In a post on Monday, she said the surgery, quote, cost more money than I have ever paid for a car, and that feels almost shameful to me. She said, the things I have earned, some say, but it's the gross excess that wounds me. So she's feeling guilty about it.
She wanted to have it. She has the money.
Yeah.
It's not like she didn't work for it.
Yeah, exactly.
And, I haven't seen the post-surgery results. Is it a glaring...
It looks good for her age. It fits her very nicely.
I agree, Steve. It's not overdone. She still has wrinkles.
Yeah.
And so it's not the I've had no plastic surgery. So no, it looks Marissa, I think it's a good way to put it. It looks appropriate.
Yeah.
She looks about right.
Looks like she got her neck done a little bit
Yeah.
too.
All right, so we told you back in March, and this has to do with the secret lives of Mormon wives.
Oh, yeah.
That Jordan Ingatakura had filed for divorce from star Jesse Draper from The Secret Lives.
Yeah, which ripped me apart.
I know, Steve, and I was hesitant to even bring this
I
up.
know. We're playing with dynamite here.
2 months later, though, it seems that Draper is back in the game. She attended the American Music Awards with Vanderpump Villa star Marciano Brunet.
No! Not him!
While that may have raised eyebrows, Draper explained that she is not rushing into anything serious, not a relationship yet. She said, I'm single and going through a divorce and dating around, having fun.
These fabulously inconsequential people.
Yeah.
I mean, it's amazing the amount of reality show stars that you mention every morning that we have absolutely no idea who they are.
I agree, 100%. I don't know who she is. We just pulled up a picture of her. She's very pretty.
Yeah.
But whatever, man.
But there are people walking around right now that are pretty.
Yeah.
That aren't on a reality.
I agree. I agree. But there are people who know, this is a little niche audience.
It's funny, we talk about the micro audience. Somebody's talking about comparing, audiences like when obviously things change, technology change, populations change. But, we used to have almost literally half the country would watch something.
Yeah.
And now you are considered a raging success if you get 2 million, 3 million people to watch.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But it's weird. I think it's kind of splintered us a little bit.
It has. Because we don't know who Flum Flambum is from Humford Wives.
Jordan Nigatakura.
Yeah, from Flabber Flagon.
Exactly. All right, Eva Longoria, remember her.
Yeah.
Because at the
Desperate
time,
Housewives.
everybody was watching Desperate Housewives, but she has never actually watched it.
What?
She was. Did that hurt?
It did, but I'm trying to be more excessive. I did watch. She didn't watch her own show.
No, she didn't. So when asked if she had seen it either during its original run and afterwards, she had not. And she said that she couldn't believe the renewed interest in the hit show right now, apparently, but that hasn't changed her mind about watching it. She said, nope, I don't. I'm fine. I made it. Addressing reboot rumors, she said the question comes up constantly, but confirmed that creator Mark Cherry isn't interested and insisted that every character has been fully mined. And she also reflected humorously on her character's storyline, saying, I can't sleep with one more person on the street, and added, I literally have slept with everybody. Was she sleeping around on that show?
Yeah, she had her affairs. So when you first, she's banging the lawn boy.
Yeah,
that was kind of her thing.
Yep.
But yeah, so I enjoyed the show for its run. It got, as they all do, they start to peter out. And when they wanted a character gone from the show, the character literally stepped into a down power wire in a puddle.
Yeah.
And that was it.
Mads Mikkelsen said that he'd gladly return for more Hannibal, but only if it's done as a TV series rather than a movie.
Make it a sitcom.
In an interview, that would be great. What are we having for
Hannibal
dinner?
knows best.
In an interview with Screen Rant, the actor praised creator Brian Fuller, saying that the version of Hannibal they built is a TV animal that works best across 13 or 14 episodes. Hannibal.
Hannibal knows best. I'm home.
Mikkelsen admitted there's urgency to make a revival happen soon, saying, we stay as young as we can, but all of a sudden we're just too old, right?
Are we having Joe again?
He added that time is tick-tocking away, as it's now been more than a decade since the show ended. But
I love that guy. He's so
great.
good. And I forget the name of the movie, but he was actually promoting it to us when we interviewed him. And he is alone in the Arctic.
yeah.
Plane goes down. He saves this woman's life. Always on the periphery is a bear that's sort of stalking them.
Okay.
It's really well done.
He was a great interview, too. Super fun, friendly guy. Lighter than you would think.
Proud that he designed the Death Star.
He's an intense dude. Yeah.
yeah.
Ninja Warrior is headed to the Olympics after Tokyo Broadcasting System Television partnered with the Union International de Pentathlon Modern to bring obstacle racing into the modern pentathlon at the 2028 Los Angeles Games.
Does this mean that Password could become an Olympic event?
I love this, man.
I do too.
Yeah,
I mean, it really takes incredible athletic strength and agility to do what they do.
I firmly believe that in the beginning of that course with the slanted platforms, if you know how to do it, and I've watched them do it, that's an easy one to get through. I've seen some people fail at that, but you're just bouncing like a ping pong ball.
I think compared to the other things, that's a fairly let's just get started type of
Super
thing.
easy.
So this was only possible after the International Olympic Committee approved the updated format in 2023, replacing equestrian show jumping with obstacle racing. I still think equestrian show jumping is really
I like it.
good. But now
I like the equestrian ski jumping.
Wow.
Yeah.
On skis. That's pretty amazing. I don't know how they train those animals to do that. Yeah.
Oh, my God!
Now, UPIM is working to use some of the Ninja Warrior obstacles for the obstacle racing portion of the pentathlon. UIPM President Rob Stull called the partnership a wonderful and unique coming together of primetime entertainment and Olympic sports culture. While praising the legacy of Ninja Warrior, he was praising Ninja Warrior, and so now the format will include fencing, swimming, obstacle racing, and running and shooting.
Oh, wow.
Running and shooting?
I mean,
I was looking at this.
Waving your gun around like a maniac.
Do you know what the latest thing is? The trend in L.A.? Pilates and the gun range.
Okay.
Like you do Pilates and then you go shooting.
Oh, really?
I'm not even making that up.
So, hang on, like in between sets or like a
You do
biathlon?
one and then you move the other.
Okay.
So this is an actual like it's the trendy thing for women to do. Yeah, so we're looking at a picture of it. So the women here are holding these guns just before I'd done Pilates.
Okay, so my question is, are they combining the two? Or do you just do Pilates, and then once you're done with your Pilates session, then you go to the gun range?
That one.
That's it, okay. I wasn't sure if it was like a back and forth.
If you're shooting while you're on the Pilates,
Maybe.
it could be. I don't know.
Yeah, so, no, I was not aware of that.
You know, they're thinking of turning Summer House into an Olympic event.
Wow.
Yeah.
To an actual event. All right. All right, we may as well play the clips now.
All right.
Yep. The Testaments continues The Handmaid's Tale bleak dystopian future, and here director Jet Wilkinson explains how she prepares to tackle the tough subject matters the show sheds light on.
It's all factual. It's all logistics. In terms of the logistical prep of it all, like I honestly, you almost have to deliberately step outside of it so you can get the job done.
I've been watching that. It's really good.
So this is a completely new series?
Yes.
Okay.
Same storyline.
Same universe?
Different people. However, Aunt Lydia is in it.
Okay.
And June actually shows up in the first episode.
Okay,
So it ties directly into the Handmaid's
Anybody
Tale.
from Vanderpump Rules?
I didn't watch that last season. I got to watch that. I totally forgot about
Was
it.
that the wrap-up season of the original run?
Yes.
I think
All right,
so.
so this is a wholly new show.
Season 1 finale of The Testaments streams today on Hulu. Here's our next clip. A brilliant teenager aims to solve the murder of a local schoolgirl in A Good Girl's Guide to Murder. Here, the book's author, Holly Jackson, shares the importance of TV adaptations being different than the source material.
Adaptations do need to be different from the book because if you just think in simple terms, Pip spends a lot of time researching stuff on her computer. It would literally be so boring. So you have to create new obstacles and think, okay, how can we turn this into a set piece that has like an action sequence?
Everywhere! All episodes, season 2 of A Good Girl's Guide to Murder stream today, and you can find that on Netflix.
So we were bemoaning the fact that there are so many shows to watch. I literally, now I rely on wish lists and lists. And Apple TV now does a thing. It's been doing it, but they refined the mechanism so that you go to one landing page where all the shows you're watching are in a line.
I had actually forgotten until I brought it up here. The Testament said show the Handmaid's Tale.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, I was watching that.
Yeah.
I got to go back.
The hell?
I got a couple more episodes to go. I completely forgot about
That's
it.
why I find that when we are watching something, if it's available, we power through it. Because if we go away from it for too long, we're going to forget we're watching it.
Yeah.
And woe is the person who forgets what TV show to
Come on. Tragedy. All right. Well, that's the entertainment report. We got stuff going on. Today, we're going to have comedian and actress Jamie Lee joining us around 9 o'clock. She's going to be in town at Underground Arts on June 4th for a show. We also will do a check-in with Fox Good Day, Mike and Alex this morning. And we have a new coolest teacher. It is Brooke Moore of Cherokee High School math teacher. And we chose the next to last school to vote. It's St. Hubert's of Philadelphia. You guys get to vote. You have till 6 o'clock tomorrow morning. Go to PrestonandSteve.com, get the voting link, get the word out, find out who wins tomorrow. We're going to take a break, and we'll be back in a moment. Hang on. That I've noticed things for you. Yes.
The Noticer's returned with Noticer 2026. He's spent so much time noticing. His head is on a swivel. His eyes are wide open. And there's a little bit of drool coming out. He is the Noticer.
That's what happens when I notice hard.
Yeah, it's straining.
All right, so the International Space Station crew that includes a sick astronaut splashed down in the Pacific early yesterday. Or no, I'm sorry, this morning. It was on January 8th. NASA said that it would be ending the current ISS mission out of an abundance of caution because of a medical situation involving, one of the astronauts on board. They have not said who it is or what they are sick with.
We're just going to detonate it.
The NASA administrator, Jared Isaacman, said during a press conference, I've come to the decision that it's in the best interest of our astronauts to return Crew 11 ahead of their planned departure.
So obviously for them to do something like this, there has to be, something definitely that is contagious or something that would be very debilitating. To the sound effect point, Preston, I wonder, has there ever been a case?
Yeah.
Now, just in real medical terms, if you have a really aggressive diarrhea or any situation, bowel situation, what would they do?
Yeah, it's a good question. I mean, because, clearly they were equipped to handle Dookie.
Yes.
And I'm sure that they have taken diarrhea into
consideration.
Into consideration. They consider everything.
I just want to see the machinery that handles that.
Yeah, I don't know. But there are times when, it happens by accident.
Activate the Ass Suck 5000.
Can you fire that thing up, please? Crew 11 undocked from the ISS at 5:20 p.m. Eastern Time Wednesday. Was expected to splash down off the coast around 12:41 a.m. Thursday morning, and it happened apparently right on time.
I hear the Ass Suck 5000 sounds a lot like the Willy Wonka machine.
I thought that might be something that it might, engage. On Tuesday,
we have a go flight.
On Tuesday, the crew prepared by packing cargo, reviewing return to Earth procedures, and transferring hardware aboard the ISS.
I'm going to miss you guys.
They had an alien
They
on
made a
board.
buddy.
Yeah.
Fortunately, I eat diarrhea.
That's why we love you, buddy.
Hey, we figured out what to do.
Yeah.
This guy eats that stuff.
I eat it for breakfast.
Wouldn't that be great if that were the thing? He ate it, and then whatever he pooped out, we ate.
Yeah.
Wouldn't that be
Hummus.
That would be the best scenario ever. We meet an alien race.
Yeah.
And they eat our
Diarrhea.
Yeah, our dookie, our garbage, whatever it is, and whatever they crap out,
we love to eat
is like it's like macaroni and cheese.
Yeah, I love it. Yeah.
I mean, like something really, really good comfort food.
Who's hungry?
Yeah. That would be the perfect scenario.
That's it. We have to work on that.
Wow.
Dare to dream.
So an emergency evacuation was not ordered, like a full-on emergency evacuation, because the astronaut was stable, according to Dr. James Polk. The astronaut remains in stable condition. The mission is part of...
We don't. What do we know? Have any indicators to what the illness was?
No,
Nothing
not at all.
whatsoever, yeah.
Yeah, they haven't said. The mission is part of
Which means it has to be something like diarrhea.
is part of NASA's Commercial Crew program, which partners with private companies to deliver humans to and from the ISS. Crew 11 includes 2 American astronauts, a Japanese astronaut, and a Roscosmos cosmonaut. They traveled to the ISS on August 1st and were scheduled to stay there until mid to late February. So, they're coming back a little early.
Was that his rap name,
Roscosmos.
Yeah, that's like
Roscosmos cosmonaut.
Rizm Kizmal Brism.
Yeah, Rizm Kizmal Rizab. Roscosmos cosmonaut. So it is the 11th crew rotation mission of SpaceX's human space transportation system and its 12th flight with astronauts. In November, the crew actually marked historic milestones for the ISS, the 25th anniversary of the first crew that arrived at the station. So it's been crewing. It's been up there longer than that, but it's had people now for 25 years.
It's an amazing thing.
Yeah, and then Peoples is Peoples as well.
Peoples is Peoples.
I watched where I turned Ad Astra on as I was going to sleep a few nights ago, and in the beginning of that movie they had the space elevator.
Yes.
Are we anywhere closer to that?
The word is that it is very feasible. I don't know anyone who's actually moving ahead with anything like it.
I think they're still conceptualizing it, but until it makes sense financially, that they'll never get that underway.
Imagine what kind of in-elevator entertainment you would have, because we have the little videos that are on. You could watch the full Ad Astra.
Yeah, most definitely. Man, what was I going to say? So it's been up there for 25 years. I have an app. I have an ISS app that lets me know when the passes are happening.
Right.
I still get a kick out of seeing that thing. With the naked eye, I still just marvel at seeing that go by at the speed that it goes by and just know that there are people up there. It's fascinating to me.
All of that. I mean, again, so I keep flirting. I have this one telescope that I really love. And I just don't break it out a lot. And as of late, I've been thinking I really should get it out and start looking at it more. Because even just looking at the friggin' moon is just...
It's amazing.
Yeah, awesome. So to see something like the space station going by, it's unbelievable.
NASA, like I said, didn't say which astronaut was impacted or their condition, but it was the first time in 25 years that a medical evacuation...
We are out of our orbit trajectory.
It is the first time in 25 years that a medical evacuation was even necessary.
I've never heard of it. So
they take as many precautions as they can. As we've learned from watching the movies over the years, sometimes people get scrubbed from like Ken Mattingly didn't get to go up on Apollo 13 because they thought he may have had measles. They're very, very strict on that. But every now and then there's going to be something that's going to arise without knowing. And I'm surprised it's been 25 years. They've never had to do this.
So to this point, I would assume that during that time, and I would assume someone has gotten at least a little sick.
Yeah, right.
Sniffles here and there.
Yeah. There have been, like on the Apollo missions, there were a couple people that did get sick.
Yeah.
Because in fact, Fred Hayes did on Apollo 13. He got
gonorrhea.
He had like the flu or something like that. And so it happens from time to time. But of course, they can bring you back. I mean, they're up there for months and months as opposed to like a week or something along those lines. But yeah, it's had to have happened.
It had to,
from time to time. But this was serious enough to bring him back. Unfortunately, they got that little guy that eats diarrhea.
I miss you guys.
Yeah.
Hey, can you whip me up some diarrhea before you go? You gotta feel a little peckish.
All right, I noticed.
Corn.
I noticed another thing. Corn. So, heated rivalry. The show. You may not have ever thought that you'd be binge watching a sports series, and then you saw the first episode of Heated Rivalry. If the gay hockey romance took you by surprise, you're not alone, and it turns out it's also an unexpected motivator for gym goals in 2026.
Okay.
It is the men from the hit show and their muscles that are inspiring people to hit the gym, and fitness experts couldn't be happier about this.
Okay.
So these guys are in phenomenal
Cut
shape.
up, jacked.
Yep. And so social media is full of people posting about how Ilya and Shane are their glute goals and how the show is helping them to stop slacking in the gym. The series is even influencing group fitness classes, from Peloton instructor Cody Rigsby's heated rivalry coded class to spin and soul cycle instructors' theme ride. So they're naming them after the heated rivalry.
I'm trying to think when the last sort of gym inspired 300.
Yeah, like a show. Oh, 300. 300. That
300 had a lot of people heading towards the gym.
That is a good one, Steve. Yeah. And also paint on abs.
Painting on abs.
Remember?
There was that one of those crappy parody, movies that came out. Spoof.
Yeah.
It was just, not Zucker Brothers level, but substandard.
Yep.
But they did have a couple of funny things, and that was the painted on abs was part of it.
While some fans may just be trying to build a better booty, anything that encourages a sweat sesh is a win, since strength training supports bone density. Working out can boost mood and confidence. So here's some tips for you.
For how
for
to
the
look,
gym.
How to look like these totally jacked cut up guys?
Well, if you're going to start this type of, if you have that goal.
Yeah.
They state it's never too late to begin. Just don't expect to see results right away. Or ever.
You will see results.
You will see results. Maybe not those results, but
consistency is absolutely
I agree, 100%, Casey. It's what when I get into, training mode, is just it's slow. You will see it over time, over the course of time. That's the phrase that I use. Over the course of time, you will see the changes.
I exercise every day, and years and years and years ago, before I did it, I mean, I've been working out for decades. That concept would have been completely alien to me, and now it's part of what I do.
I don't know why I use bench press as my benchmark. But the fact
because
that
bench is in both.
Yeah, there's bench.
The fact that my starting weight for bench press was my ending weight when I first started was like a big thing for me.
Yeah.
Right. Like so. For me, I wanted to. My goal was to get to 45-pound plates.
Right.
Up on either side, and like I started at 20, and so now, but that's my starting weight, and so it took me a little while to get there.
And you're at 1,100 pounds.
And I'm at
now.
1,100 pounds. No. I wanted to just, listen, I'm 50 years old. I'm not out there to impress anybody, but I wanted to get up 2 plates. I just wanted to do that one time to say that I did it.
And you did it.
And I did it.
There you go.
And we're cool. And now I can just go back to
sleep.
Yeah.
May I ask a question? And is part of it you want people to see you lifting those big plates? Just a teeny bit?
Actually, no.
Okay, good.
Not even. But
Okay.
but there's this guy at my gym who consistently puts up those plates like it's nobody's business. And if you were to look at him, like, because he doesn't wear like tight stuff and like that, he's just like one of those like sneaky fit, sneaky strong kind of guys. You know what I mean?
He's snit.
He is snit. But if I have questions. I'm like, hey, I'll go and ask that guy.
I'm not gay.
I'm like, why do you do this? I need to try and exercise to isolate this, blah, blah. I'll go over to that guy.
Yeah, why not? He seems to know what he's doing.
There are people from time to time, and I've seen videos of, you look at them, you don't think that they could move the kind of weight, and then and they'll be around big, bulky, huge guys, and they'll do it, and the big, bulky, huge guys are like, how the hell are you doing
There's
that?
a whole YouTube series. The guy's like Igor the janitor, I think his name is.
Yeah.
And he goes into the gym and he's wearing overalls, and you'll get these.
You've always wanted to hear from a cool teacher. Your dream has arrived right now, actually, from Cherokee High School in Marlton, New Jersey. We do have the coolest teacher that was chosen. Let us chat with Miss Brooke Moore this morning. Brooke, good morning.
Hi, guys. Sorry to bother you at work.
Hey, we're all good, especially for a cool teacher like you. Congratulations to you, by the way.
Thank you. Thank you.
So how long have you been at Cherokee High School?
This is my 18th year.
18 years.
My goodness.
That's a full career.
We have to ask this. Did you go to school to Cherokee High School?
I did not. I actually went to Pittman High School.
Okay. So 18 years and math. So what math classes have you taught, or what are you currently teaching, and what have you taught throughout the years?
I've taught a bunch of different ones right now. I'm teaching Algebra 2 and Probability and Statistics.
Algebra 2 is where it started to cross into, I don't think I can do this anymore.
I'm going to have to tap out here.
Algebra 2 stepped it up. Algebra 1, I'm like, yeah, I got this. Geometry, no problem. Then we got to Algebra 2, and I'm like, I don't think I can handle things. I'm smart. Yeah, I was the Fredo of our class. Well, listen, a couple of things I want to point out that some of the students had texted to us. Somebody said, you're very down to earth. You truly care about the students. Somebody also said she's the kindest and lets us have fun in a boring class. I guess for some people, math might be considered boring.
I was going to say, I don't know if that's a good thing or bad thing, but I'll take it.
So, well, some people, listen, I'm not wired for math, but I always, like problems and the statistics, that whole probability and statistics, I find that's interesting. So, yeah, there are certain aspects of it that I'm sure that's why you've succeeded at this. You know ways to reach students and present them with things that might bring them in to the conversation, correct?
Oh, yeah, definitely.
I mean, it is... I was like you, Preston. I had my, what the hell? What are we doing here?
Yeah.
Believe it or not, I was a straight A student in math, algebra 2 especially.
Wow.
Except my first quarter, I failed it because I didn't do my homework. I literally
have to do your homework.
literally got A+.
Gotcha.
So Brooke, here's the thing. The teacher didn't collect homework for like the first couple of weeks, and I was like, oh, he's not collecting homework, so I just didn't do it. I aced the class. I got A+, and then at the end of the quarter, he's like, okay, everybody hand in your copybooks, and I didn't literally for the entire quarter, and so he failed me, even though I got A+ in all of my tests.
You should have hired a lawyer.
I know.
Hey,
Yeah.
what's the homework load like nowadays, Brooke? Because that's what killed me as a student. I hated it.
I mean, I usually do give homework with every lesson that we do, but I don't think that it's too long, and I try to give them some time in class to get started on it. But
Oh, that's good.
I would say the kids are good. They, especially some of the ones I teach are honors classes, so those kids just want more and more
Sure.
work to do. They love it.
Hey, Brooke, somebody had texted in and mentioned something called Mad Minute Fridays. You want to explain that?
Yeah, so it's a throwback to like elementary school when you get that like sheet of paper with like 100 math facts on it, like adding, subtracting, multiplying, dividing. So we do that on Fridays, and we keep track of, who in each class gets the most right. And at the end of each marking period, they get a prize.
Ooh, like what kind of prize?
I let them pick. So, it started with like, I'll get you your favorite snack or whatever, but they've gotten very creative with it lately. I had a kid last year that wanted an orange bell pepper.
Wow.
That
An orange bell pepper.
He ate it in class like it was an apple.
I love it.
That's pretty cool.
Wow.
This year, I had a kid that wanted just a gallon of water. I think he just wanted me to bring around a gallon of water like
Have
in
you
the school.
actually carry something heavy around for a while? That's great. And then,
So it was fun.
well, what's College Donut Day?
So this is actually my AP English teacher when I was in high school, and I was not an English student, but he was amazing. His name was Bob Eck in Pittman High School, and he had his seniors bring in like a construction paper looking donut with your like college colors and your name, and he put them around his room, and then he brought in donuts for us one day.
College Donut Day, it's what it says it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes,
I
so
like
I
that.
do the same for my seniors. They make their college donuts, and we display them on our board, and I bring them in Dunkin' Donuts.
Yeah,
So
well,
there you go.
Brooke, that's part of the prize. You're going to get a $50 gift card from Dunkin' and a tumbler. So there you go. Dunkin' College Donut Day is taken care of. Yeah, you probably
That's
already did it,
awesome.
but next year you'll be good to go. Well, listen, the kids love you. They love what you do and how you do it, and they just wanted to commemorate this, and so they voted for you, and we now bestow upon you the spoils of being the coolest teacher of the year. We're going to give you the official Preston Steve Coolest Teacher of their coffee mug. We have this really cool nameplate that I can't wait to see. Seth, when you put it on your desk, take a picture and send it to us.
Yeah.
I'd like to see that.
I will. This is a huge honor, and I got to tell you guys one other thing while I have you.
Sure.
So my husband also teaches here. So I think he's going to get ragged on a little bit today that his wife beat him. But also, he won your I Can't Believe Eric Lindros is Calling My Phone contest last year.
Oh, wow.
And that has now led to us becoming Flyers season ticket holders.
Oh,
That was
right.
cool.
Excellent.
So,
Well, man,
so
this
he
is...
told me to say hi to you guys because he got to talk to you last year.
Well, this is all a perfect fit then. Yeah, it's like a coming home party.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Well, Brooke, you're on the home stretch. Enjoy the rest of the year, and then enjoy your summertime. Okay.
All right. Thank you guys so much. This is a huge honor.
You got it. And thanks for being a great teacher. Brooke Moore, guys, from Cherokee High School, right there. Another one. Next school that's voting is St. Hubert's in Philadelphia. So maybe we'll be talking to your favorite teacher tomorrow morning on the program. You can go to PrestonandSteve.com and get the voting link, or you can text word teacher to 610-660-9333, and we will send you the voting link. All right, something I wanted to bring up. Marissa sent me this yesterday. I really don't know what to do with this. So Bryce Harper was making a video of himself just going through his morning routine, talking to his many fans.
Right.
And part of his morning routine, like a lot of us, is brushing his teeth. And he does a thing I even saw it on 6ABC, ran a little thing out of this morning. And I'm like, really?
It's made that news.
So what he does is when he's brushing his teeth, instead of taking the toothpaste and putting it on the brush and then sticking it in his mouth, he just holds up the tube of toothpaste, squeezes a little bit in his mouth, and then brushes his teeth. And apparently some people are freaking out about this. I don't think it's any big deal at all. I've seen people do this before.
I've done it.
Yeah. It's in the beginning of the movie, An Officer and a Gentleman. Richard Gere. Richard Gere.
Yeah.
I remember that. That may have been the first time I've seen it. I'm like, oh, I guess you can do it that way. But he squirts a little bit in his mouth and then brushes his teeth.
Do you know, I end up doing it when it's down to the end of the tube.
Okay.
That makes sense.
Right? So you squeeze and you kind of
can
suck
actually
a little bit.
suck the last
it
bit out of
Then
there.
you let a little bit get on my face.
Yes.
I've never, ever seen that before, and I've seen Officer and Gentleman. I guess I just glossed over that part.
You
It's at
didn't
the
get
beginning.
this toothpaste sucking scene?
No, I didn't. When I saw it, I didn't freak out, but I was like, okay, that's interesting. I've never seen anybody do that before.
That's how you brush your teeth, mayonnaise?
And then I also was thinking, like, okay, if he's the only one using that tube of toothpaste, then that's fine. But if that's community toothpaste, you don't do that.
I'm going to guess Bryce, he's earned a lot in his life.
Yeah. Probably has his own.
He probably splurged and bought his own tube.
He's probably got a
I know. It's a bit much.
Toothpaste caddy, like a lazy Susan.
Yeah. Spin it around.
What'll it be today?
Yeah, I hate how much it broke the internet, quote unquote. But I've never seen this before.
No,
never ever, and that's what blew my mind.
Yeah, and so I'm like, okay, we should bring this up because people are talking about this thing, but then again, I don't know how to stretch this out into a conversation as to whether. I don't know if you have any little eccentricities of that people might think that you doing whatever you do, this thing is weird the way you do it. I don't know. I can't think of any. I'm sure I have some, but I can't think of anything.
But you know, and it's a lot of times you don't know it's weird because you need.
That's how you do it.
You need to have a viral video so the world can tell you how weird it is. I will do a thing where I use every maybe 20 or 30 times I brush my teeth. I use just mouthwash as the brushing agent.
Okay.
So, and I brush with mouthwash.
Really?
Yeah. I just figure I'm getting in the nooks and crannies and getting that mouthwash in.
We actually had a dental hygienist on one time, and she had said the more important thing about brushing your teeth is not necessarily the toothpaste.
Right.
It's just that you're brushing.
Right.
It's just that you're using the brush to get that to work that stuff.
film
And now
off,
the obviously there's a benefit to having toothpaste, but she had said that it's more important that you're just cleaning that stuff off.
And sometimes I use Dunkin Heinz icing too.
Ooh.
Oh man,
Chuck would do that.
Delicious.
My teeth look good.
I wonder, and there's probably people out there who, when they shampoo their hair, just pour the shampoo straight on their head. I assume the way I do it,
pour it into your hands.
I pour it into my hands,
Right.
and then I. But I mean, if you just throw it on your head, like
To me, that's the equivalent of sucking the toothpaste out.
Yeah.
It's 6 of one, 34 or the other.
I don't know if this is true or not, but somebody texted and said they even posted this little Bryce fact on the big screen at the away game last night.
They did.
Are you serious?
Yes,
That's funny.
They did. I think.
Boy, they're hurting for material, aren't
Yeah,
they?
I think John. Well, I know it's like May, and
Yeah.
they really are. It's a long, long season. They'll
True.
take anything.
True.
I think
Wow.
John Clark put up a screenshot of it.
Well, how do you? Okay, so do you with you are using product in your hair now a little bit more? I used to be able to talk. Do you, Preston? Are you squirted on the top of your head or in your hands?
The
Product,
shampoo?
yeah, shampoo, conditioner.
No, every bit of that. I need to see the amount in my hand
All right.
to know. It's like cooking. So a lot of times I won't use like tablespoons or teaspoons.
Right.
I've learned how much that looks like in my
your
hand.
hand.
It's just quicker to do it.
Well,
so.
yeah, in the little crevice. Here's one that I didn't realize was weird, but I'll use the same like razor for my legs for like 3 months.
Oh, Marissa, I'll use my face razor for like 6 months.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, I guess I have light facial hair, and maybe that's part of it. But some people change them all the time.
I don't have. I wouldn't call it a thick beard, but about 3 to 4 months is the run on my.
I just changed my blade last night, and it had been weeks and weeks.
So I had to change it like a month ago because a little strip fell off. Like that's my signature. Like it's time to go.
Strip?
Yes. And I remember I was like, hey, I think it was in the shower. So I asked Matt to get me a different razor head, and I was like, I think there's another one in there that's like probably half used too, and he was appalled.
Okay.
Appalled that it wasn't a fresh razor every time.
Okay, so let me ask you this. Does this gross you guys out? Are you appalled at this? I use the same towel out of the shower for 3 to 4 weeks.
I do too.
Weeks?
Yeah, I do too.
Weeks.
Weeks.
Weeks?
Weeks.
It doesn't smell?
No.
I bet you it smells.
I feel that
guarantee you it doesn't.
it's a way to save on laundry.
I agree
That's
with
kinda
that.
what I'm doing.
I can smell when it's turning, and so I'm probably about 2 weeks.
Yeah, because mine hangs up. Like when I'm done with
Immediately.
it, I have a little hook in my closet, and I hang it up there, and
it's full of water and soap.
Yeah, and then it dries.
I want to read a few of these texts coming in. Somebody says, I use Q-tips to clean my nose holes, your nostrils.
Okay.
I have several people that are asking the question. They're not stating that they do this, but wiping their ass standing up.
I do that.
They say standing up?
Yeah.
Like regularly?
Yeah. So like if I'm doing my thing, I definitely go up like this, and I'm hunched over.
You're still squatting, sort of.
I'm still squatting,
but you're not on the seat.
So I'm on my feet.
Okay.
Yeah.
I had my brief flirtation with that, but I'm a seated guy, and I move top of the ass down. Mm-hmm. So I'm wiping towards the nutsack.
Me too.
I didn't know you did that.
Yeah.
Because Casey, remember, we had long discussions about that.
Let's just say a wise man told me that that's the best way to do it.
Wow.
I've been doing it.
I do it the other way, but I have stood up before. I can't remember why exactly, but
Will you leave the stall and wipe your?
Yes, I have. I was caught
We have a photo.
by Casey. We have an artist's rendition of what that was. Casey did a sketch of when he caught me walking out with my pants down. All right, let me read a couple of other of these. I eat my pizza by taking the toppings off first, licking the sauce off, and then eating at the pizza. But then I found out that I do that with Kit Kat and Nutty Buddy bars. I eat layer by layer.
All right. Yeah, that's certainly their thing.
Here's another one. When I am in the office and about to eat those little bags of potato chips, I use scissors to cut the top of the bag off so it's not super noisy. And everyone thinks that this is bizarre.
That's funny.
All right. So
Okay.
if you're simply pulling apart a bag, right, that's not noisy.
No.
Yeah, but in a quiet office, like if we went across the hall to sales and you open up, everybody would hear that you were eating chips.
Huh.
All right, here's one. To save on water in the morning, I don't flush my poop.
No.
I just
No.
let my girl do it when she goes in for her routine. I think the old rule is if it's yellow, let it mellow. If it's brown, flush it down.
That's it.
Even when you're trying to save water.
Have you ever
Okay, what?
the mortified you forgot to flush in the morning and or you're
And you left a little
and you
present.
come back to this death stew in the toilet?
Dude, one time, one of my kids, I don't know who, was down in the basement, used the bathroom there, forgot to flush the toilet. We don't use that bathroom very
No.
often. Had to have been a week or more later.
Dude.
I went down there and I'm like, what died in this bathroom?
It's horrific.
I open it up. I'm like, oh my God. I hit flush and then it just disintegrates. It just turns into brown water.
I'm hanging on.
Swamp Thing crawls out of your toilet.
Yeah, that's bad. Let me see here. There's a number of these. Marissa, if you could isolate a couple of them that are good, I'm going to go to some calls. Let me go to Mel. Hi, Mel. You're on the air. Good morning.
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 Hi,
All
y'all.
right, Mel.
I think the person with the toilet was an ex of mine.
There you go.
Happy to hear you guys aren't together anymore. All right. The weird little thing you do.
So what I do, and I've been doing this since I was little, is if I like a shirt, I will buy it in every possible color, every way that you can get it. And the most recently that I've done it, and there is a video of explaining this, is you know the Hard Rock Cafe?
Yeah,
sure.
I love the Hard Rock, and I like the shirts that they make. So I bought the same shirt for like every single Hard Rock. And it got to the point, because I have a lot of followers on TikTok for K-pop, that they'd notice and think that I never washed my clothes.
They're not noticing like the little city that it says underneath.
They're not noticing that little tiny thing at the bottom
Yeah.
that says New York, Hollywood, or whatever like that. And I had to make a video responding, saying, like, here's another one and another one. And there's a huge pile of shirts, all the same color. The only difference is the city.
Yeah, see, they think you're wearing the same thing all the time.
That's okay.
I forget who the celebrity was.
Thank you, Mel.
Who was trying to foil a group of paparazzi that were following him everywhere.
Yeah.
So he would always wear the same shirt. So when they would go to try to sell the pictures, it would look as if they all were all from the same day and the same. So
That's really funny.
Yeah, so he was foiling. He's like, this is just from the same lot.
That's not a bad idea.
Yeah.
My mom would do something similar with shoes. If she found a pair of sneakers that she liked, she would always buy at least 2 pairs of them.
Yeah,
So like when
I
one
do
would
as
run
well.
out.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do that. I buy multiples of stuff that I love.
Like
for
shorts,
sure.
Yeah.
absolutely, if they're comfortable.
Oh my God, I have these kind of sweatsuit or standard like what Rocky would wear working
Right,
out.
yeah.
That gray sweatsuit. I found these shorts that are perfect. They have zip up pockets that I love.
Perfect.
I haven't found them anywhere. I ordered like 6 pair of them.
Yeah.
They should last me the rest of my life. I
You would
think.
imagine.
Yes.
Possibly.
Yeah.
I saw a text that came over. It says, I remember when Casey said he used to use a new towel every time. That was a long time ago.
I remember that.
When my mom did the laundry and I didn't have to worry about it. But now that I'm somewhat responsible for laundry, I'm like, no, I don't,
I know what you mean.
You'll go a full month?
All right. Yeah. So Sandro's got one I've never heard of before. Hi, Sandro. You're on the air. Good morning.
Good morning, guys. How you doing?
Good, buddy. All right, that weird little thing that people are like, why do you do that?
All right, I've gotten called out for this plenty of times. I eat my burgers upside down.
Wow.
You're upside down to the burger.
So the top bun is on the bottom.
Yes.
And the fixins
when
are
you
on
go
the
to-
bottom.
When you go to grab a burger, you would normally like scoop your thumbs underneath and, pick it up out of the container off the plate and grab it. I kind of scoop my fingers underneath,
So it
thumbs
just
on
comes,
top, and then flip it.
it'll come out of the box that way, the way you grabbed it. Okay. I see
Yes.
the logic in that. It's one less step you have to take.
I have flirted with
It's-
this. I flirted with this notion, and something forbids me from eating it that way. I have to have the toppings and everything on the top.
Well, the benefit of it also, an unexpected benefit, is you get all the toppings that hit your tongue first.
From
That's
bottom.
actually a good way to look at it.
Where all
Yeah.
the tasting happens.
Yeah.
All right.
You're
Yeah.
fixing.
I could see how people would think that is strange, but Sandro, I appreciate your logic in that.
Thanks, guys. Have a
All
good
right,
one.
man. Appreciate it. See ya.
I told you my quirky thing, which is in the cup holder in the car. When I have a paper, like a paper cup of coffee, like, or whatever, whatever they're using. I won't pick it up with my hand forward. I will turn my hand over and pick it up this. I know what you're
I
thinking.
would accidentally
upside
spill
down,
that.
yeah.
That's the European grip.
I know. I pick it up and then put it into my hand. The reason is that the point of the strongest part of my grip is at the lower part of the cup, and I don't have the lid pop off because I'm squeezing too hard at the top.
If it works for you.
Does it hold up? Probably not, but it makes me feel good.
I have a quirky way that I eat pizza. So think about a slice, the triangle. Every time I get a slice of pizza, the first bite I will do is the top right corner. So I get a little crust and a little pizza.
Okay.
And then I decide if the crust is good and worth saving because it's my favorite. But I always have to have the crust and pizza. And then my next bite is the bottom point.
Okay.
And then maybe I'll do 1 or 2 bites above the point, and then I start going back to the crust, and I make my way back to make the perfect bite that is crust and pizza left.
And that's only if you like the crust, though. If you have that first bite and you really don't care for the crust, you'll kind of just skip the rest of the process.
Then I'll eat the crust first and save it for
Okay.
the pizza.
Let me ask-
I don't waste
I
the
got you.
crust.
Let me ask you this. How far on a regular wedge of pizza, if the crust is just standard, will you take it all the way to the edge of the crust?
Yes.
Oh, you okay?
I
all right.
waste no pizza.
Can I tell you something that bothers me for no reason whatsoever?
Sure, yeah.
I'm going back to the hamburger thing.
All right.
If I see someone eating hamburger, they're holding it with both hands.
Yeah.
and they tuck their pinkies underneath the bottom bun.
Like a stabilizing move?
I don't like
Why
that.
is that?
I don't know.
Why do they do it?
Why do you do I think it's to hold in all the stuff.
Is it?
Yeah.
To like save it from falling out the back.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, getting a little extra.
And I get
ledge.
it, but it just bothers me.
Stop it.
I know.
I'm just.
Stop
I don't
it with
know
that.
you.
Yeah.
I've never met, but don't do that.
Yeah.
We work on a segment called "Stop It With That," right?
Stop it with that.
Yeah. All right. A few texts coming in. We got a break here in a couple of minutes. Let's see. Somebody says, "I brush my teeth with hot water."
Interesting. Like scalding hot, or
Well, I don't know about scalding hot.
I do it actually with warm water.
Okay. I use cold water, but I could see why you might want to do that.
shave with hot water, warm water. Brush your teeth with cold water.
Somebody says, when I'm playing any card game, I hold my cards backwards. I think it's because I'm left-handed, and when I was little, I would see how others held them who were right-handed and copy them. I guess the way they fan it out goes.
Oh,
the
I
other
see.
way.
I thought it's like the face of the card's out. So
Yeah, so everyone else can see it.
It's really bad at cards.
Let's play poker.
Yeah, you don't have a full house. We can see it.
This says, I don't like milk, so I dunk my Oreos in water.
No!
Wow.
No.
That's from Frank in Delpho, it says. This says, when I eat a Snickers bar, I eat the bottom first so that the top is just left where all the caramel and peanuts are.
I do that sometimes, especially with the fun size ones.
Okay.
Where it's easier to do that.
Do you? So here's a standard. I think this is sort of like a Rorschach test with a Kit Kat. Do you break off each separate stick, or do you just eat it straight through like
What
a
am I, a
candy bar?
psychopath?
Yeah.
Of course I break it off with it.
And then I start peeling apart the wafer layers.
Oh, you take it down even further.
Yeah.
All right.
So if you're just tuning in, we're talking about this because Bryce Harper takes the toothpaste out of directly into his mouth from the tube and then brushes his teeth. There's a little video that popped up yesterday, and some people were commenting on it. Here are a couple other texts. This one says, I suck the cheese out of combos.
I do that too. Sometimes it's it's not a perfect. There's a little air in there, and it's hard to suck the cheese out. So those ones I just kind of give up on. But if it's a perfect plug of cheese, you can suck it right out of there.
All right. Somebody says, I peel the breading off my nuggets and then eat them separately.
Wow.
Interesting.
No, I want my nugget breaded.
I've seen that
I want
done
my
before.
chicken cutleted.
And then the last one of the text, and we'll see if we get a few more here that Marissa can isolate. It says, and I like this, it says, with the Bryce Harper thing, it says, as an occupational therapist, I routinely teach stroke survivors the Bryce Harper technique for brushing their teeth. It's great for people who only have the use of one hand.
Oh,
Yes.
okay.
Well, that makes total sense.
Yeah.
So, but do you agree, initially at the beginning of this conversation, you agree with my methodology concerning you're down to the end of the tube? That makes the most.
I like that. Yeah, because I want to get the most out of the toothpaste. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. God damn it.
You have that one scene in Tommy Boy where he's eating fries and he squeezes the ketchup packet into his mouth.
Yeah.
I can hear you getting fatter.
Kind of like that. Let's see. All right, so JJ does the same thing with the toothpaste. Hey, JJ, how you doing, man?
Hey, good. How you guys doing?
Good, man. All right, so you do the same thing. Did someone teach you this, or did you just come across this technique on your own?
No, I'm definitely self-taught with this.
Okay, yeah. You're self-made
I
man.
used to get up really early for work, and I didn't want to wake my wife up and turn the light on, so I would just, instead of trying to guess and put it on my toothbrush, I would just put it in my mouth.
Okay.
But, that stuck with me years later, and she recently saw me do it and was like, what the heck are you doing? And I didn't explain why, but I was like, whatever, mind your business. I'm just brushing my teeth.
I have to say, JJ, it's not like archery. You can squeeze,
Yeah, it's pretty easy, and you get like the perfect little bit every time.
I totally missed it. I put it on my knee.
No, but I can see if it's totally in the dark, though, he doesn't see how much he's putting on there.
I mean,
if you squirt it in your mouth, you can tell.
Are you in pitch black, JJ?
No, it's not pitch black. I get up usually around like 4 or 5 in the morning.
All right. So I hear you. That's very considerate.
All right.
I
thank
thought it was
you, JJ.
because of the noise of squeezing the tube.
No, I think he probably has. So Rochelle and I went in our first house. We had the bathroom, the sink and stuff was open to the bedroom. So
Right.
maybe that's the story. All right, let me go to Karen. Hi, Karen. Good morning.
Good morning.
All right, so what's this little weird thing you do?
When I'm eating chips out of a chip bag. As I eat the chips down to the bottom of the bag, I cut the bag down so that I don't have to stick my hand. I have this thing about putting my hand in a greasy bag.
I see what you're doing. You're reducing the size of the bag so that you're not having to reach deeply into the bag.
Yeah. So, and I'll leave just enough to like kind of be able to fold it over once and then just clip it with a chip clip. But yeah, I don't like to put my hands in the bag. It feels weird with the foil, like touching my hand and stuff. So I'll just cut with scissors as I work my way down a bag of chips.
That's kind of ingenious.
thing.
Are you all chip clippers or are you all just roll up the bag?
Chip clippers.
I'm a chip clipper.
Sure. We got tons of those. And real quick, we're not going to be able to get to the calls, but I'm going to mention this is Danielle has to have her beer centered on a coaster. If it's off center, she's drunk. So that's her little test.
Way of figuring that out.
And then I like this one, Eric. I used to do this when I was a kid. Chews beef jerky like it's tobacco and keeps it in the front of his lip. I actually used to do that when I was younger. Yes. All right. Well, anyhow, there we got something out of it.
We did. We milked that.
The Bryce Harper sucking the toothpaste right out of the tube technique.
Broke the internet.
There you go. All right, we do need to take a break because we are going to go on Fox Good Day in just a moment. And we have a friend from Dunkin stopping by to tell us about something very special that's going on concerning Dunkin and the coffee, which I think you're going to dig. So we'll come back in a moment. Stay with us.
Powerlifting guys, and he'll go over and match them and exceed them.
Wow.
And they're like, but he also is imbued with his genetics. Or
sure.
Yeah.
But with that first tip there, Preston, the key really is just keep going. Just keep swimming.
Yeah.
And don't compare yourself to anybody but yourself.
Yeah, and go slow and don't try to get too ahead of yourself.
And spend an excessive amount of time in the locker room with your pants off.
That too.
Yeah, and if you can, sit bare-assed on the benches because I love seeing that. I love seeing a bare ass on a bench.
But here's the deal. It's going to take a couple of months for you to start feeling changes in your body. Hang on just a second. This is the janitor dude?
This is the guy. And the reason
Jesus
I
Christ. He did this with his shirt off, Steve. He's ripped.
But his videos, he doesn't have the shirt off usually. And I reacted like that because Matt loves this guy and shows me it all the time. And he's just very inconspicuous, walks by, picks up people's weights, and they're like, what are you doing, dude?
So, no, but I've seen like skinnier people.
Yeah.
Not cut up people. And impressing the big muscle heads. So, all right. Anyhow, so full body workouts give the best overall benefits, and the machines are easier for beginners than worrying about form with dumbbells and barbells and things like that. So those are some tips if you're trying to get a heated rivalry body.
Sure, well, yeah. Consistency and don't worry about the weight you're moving. It's not about moving weight.
No. Just move. And then also you can use YouTube as your personal trainer. I see people doing that all the time. So if you don't know what you're doing and you feel nervous,
sack squatch.
Sack squatch. No, but if you don't know what you're doing and you're too nervous or embarrassed to ask anybody, just look it up on YouTube, Google it, and you can work out with that. Simple as that.
Okay. Fair enough.
Back to you, Presbo.
All right, here's what we noticed other than
That's
that.
the noticer.
Yeah. All right, so the list of the best jobs of 2026 is out. They base their rankings on pay, hiring demand, wage growth, and long-term security. And in 2026, healthcare continues to lead the way, even though only about 11% of U.S. jobs are in the healthcare industry. The sector accounts for roughly 72% of recent job growth. Even in uncertain economic times, people will still need medical care. So that's a part of that.
And massive companies that are associated with it that are always hiring.
Many of the jobs require specialized training and hands-on work with people. Roles like speech-language pathologist, occupational therapist, and sign language interpreter show the growing demand for human-centered skills that technology can't easily replace. And not all of the top jobs require a 4-year degree either. Careers like radiologic technician, massage therapist, and HVAC technician often have lower barriers to entry, and still offer strong job security.
So if you go in to have them check your HVAC system, it's not. It just don't feel right. Well, it could be your HVAC system.
Tech roles like data scientist and solution architect are still in high demand, often paying six figures and offering remote work options as well. Skilled trades also made the list, reflecting growing interest in careers that offer stability without the cost of traditional college. So, yeah, a trade, It's always a good.
I think a lot of people realize that,
idea.
that college need not be your end all. And if you have a trade or something that you're gravitating towards, go for that.
So here are the top 10.
All right, let's hear it.
Number 10, data scientist. And they give a potential estimated median annual salary.
All right.
$115,000.
Okay.
Same amount for a radiation therapist.
Right.
At number 9.
I love my job.
Is radiation therapist, how is that different than radiation technician?
I don't know.
Radiation therapy, I guess, would be maybe people who are getting cancer treatment?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, I assume.
Occupational therapist, $105,000 median. Number 7, physical therapist, $110,000.
Yeah, it's a lot of people are drawn into that line of work because you're fairly. You can have a sports aspect to it, and you can the seniors or there's all sorts of applications.
Licensed clinical social worker.
Okay.
Can make somewhere around $119,000.
Wow, really?
Yeah, that's right.
I always thought that they were always woefully underpaid.
Yeah, me too.
Huh.
Yep. Licensed professional counselor can make around $107,000. Speech language pathologist, $109,000. Nurse practitioner, $143,000. These sound like inflated numbers to me.
I don't know.
I wonder if
Nurse practitioner, $140,000.
I wonder if this is like. Wait, you said this is median?
Their estimated median annual salary. And then number 2 is owner operator truck driver. $160,000.
There you go, man. And no radiation.
Yeah, but if you own and operate your own truck, you're not working for a fleet or whatever. Yeah, I guess maybe.
You know what you could do is you could enter some arm wrestling competitions and win a truck.
Well, more importantly, you win your son back.
Yeah, that's true, too.
Your dad obviously raised a whole family and a large family, and he was a truck driver, right?
But he owned his own truck,
Right.
but he operated out of somebody else's company.
I see.
Okay.
Yeah. And then eventually, and I think his biggest regret was not going into business for himself, but he did have a family, and he needed to, make sure that he had a steady paycheck coming in. So
Right.
that fear, because when you are out on your own, like
People are relying on you.
Yep.
It can't be that frivolous.
Yeah.
And number 1 on this list is cardiac medical tech. Can make $133,000 a year. So here's a text came and says, my daughter's in college for psychology and speech pathology, and she has people calling her for jobs already. She still has 3 years to go in school. Speech pathology is a widely sought out profession, and it is a lucrative job. I don't even know what speech pathology
To be honest,
is.
I'm not that sure what it
Marissa,
is.
Could you look up the details of that real quick? Because
It involves truck driving.
that's odd.
yeah.
Because it doesn't even mention a truck in the title.
You're a speech pathologist? Do you have your own truck?
So speech language pathologist. So I don't know.
I always assumed it had to do with, and this is probably way off the mark, dealing with speech and speech issues that people have.
Maybe. Here we go. A healthcare field where speech language pathologists address, diagnose, and treat communication, speech, language, voice, fluency, and swallowing disorders.
Okay.
In all ages.
I had that years ago.
Swallowing disorder?
Yeah, I had the achalasia, which always felt like I had not fully swallowed food, and then I had a procedure done.
Did you go to a speech pathologist?
I did not. I went to a truck driver.
I don't know if this is considered a swallowing disorder, but Chuck D'Amico, our boss, he will get this thing. I hope this doesn't trigger him into one of these episodes, but where he can't swallow.
Yes.
Like he basically his muscles forget how to swallow, and then it kind of sends him into like a
panic.
A panic, yeah.
I was just saying off air. I'm like, it's now a point where I choke on something every other day.
Yeah.
Like just drinking water or my own saliva.
Which the most amazing occurrence in the universe.
Your body.
You have it already in your body.
Yes.
Yeah. It's your own saliva, and it's making you choke.
Sometimes we're trying to eat in 30 seconds.
Yeah. Press, what food is it that you will, when you eat it every single time, you'll at least choke on it once? Is it rice?
It's rice.
Yeah.
Believe it or not. So I think that if my mouth gets the slightest bit dry, if I take a sip of something real quick, no problem.
Yeah.
But rice, there's so many tiny little pieces that as I'm trying to swallow, I'll be like, and it happens regularly. I eat rice pretty often, so I choke pretty often. It's crazy. Thank you. I just got to do that.
That ain't rice.
All right.
That's nasal rice.
Am I going to a call? Yeah, let's do this. So we have a speech pathologist who is joining us, and this is Jill. Hi there, Jill.
Hi, how are you?
We are wonderful. How you doing?
I'm all right.
How
I'm
long-
actually driving into work.
How long have you been in the industry?
So I have about 12 years.
12 years. Okay. And I'd mentioned a salary. Hang on a second here. It had said the median salary for a speech language pathologist is $109,000. Does that sound about right?
I'm a little underpaid.
Okay. And you've been doing it for 12 years, so you should be paid more,
higher
apparently.
strata.
So what are the typical things that you assist people with?
So I've worked in a few different areas. So I currently work with geriatrics.
Okay.
So I work with a lot of patients like Parkinson's disease, stroke, dementia, MS, ALS, things like that.
Okay.
So, but I also had worked with children at one point too.
So someone who
we kind of cover the whole gamut.
Okay.
Like we work in hospitals, we work in schools, I'm like a rehab setting. There's very specialized therapists who work in like NICU units.
Okay.
So we'll work on like feeding and swallowing, and I do that with my adult population too.
Okay. Jill,
So,
what was
what I see? Go ahead. I'm sorry.
what was your training? Did you have to get a degree for this?
Yes, So I have a master's degree. So speech pathology is a mandatory master's.
Wow.
And I actually work alongside with occupational therapists and physical therapists. So,
Okay.
So like physical therapy, they have a doctorate's degree. Occupational therapy also has a master's degree. So like I work with a lot of people like voice. I will work with swallowing function. I work a lot on cognition, so like memory and attention and executive functioning skills. And then we'll work
Let's see what they want to talk about today.
Okay, Preston and Steve, we found this little survey that says if you have friends and family members who you find difficult to be around, it will age you like crazy. Do you have, Preston, anybody in your life, a coworker maybe?
Let me start by
is
saying
just
I'm actually
difficult?
35 years old, and look at me.
Oh my God, you must have a difficult time.
Preston could conduct a TED talk on this issue.
Yeah, I've got a family member that ages me dramatically, and it is. I'm not going to get into specifics, but it is. I dread when I think about the whole scenario.
We can tell when he's talked to this person.
Mm-hmm.
We can tell.
Yep, it's
so this
tough.
is.
I mean, you've heard the term toxic people, and unfortunately, some of us are. We have connections that bound us to people like that, and it's. Man, you just got to do what you got to do.
In fact, this person was hired by AARP to go around and enroll new people by pre-aging them.
Yeah, that's how bad.
So is this a blood relative?
Yes, and it's yes.
Oh, jeez.
I wish I
Do
could
they
tell you the
live
whole story. No, they don't live in the area.
Yeah.
They're not listening, and they won't get it. But I mean, there's a whole there's a whole universe of issues.
Yeah, and we.
Wow.
Yeah,
Probably goes years.
Yeah, most definitely.
Yeah.
So, but I mean, I try to. I try to drink it away is what I do, really. And that's not working.
Preston, you've said that the best thing to do is to just ball it up and shove it down inside.
Yeah, just keep it down deep in there.
Just push it.
Yeah, that was great for your bowels.
Yeah, exactly.
Steve, do you have somebody like that in your life?
I've really, there are extended people who are who are energy sucking and life sucking. There's one individual that I had to say at a certain point, if the next time you call me, you don't start with a pleasant story, I'm going to blow up your house.
Oh, my God. Yes.
I mean, the first few seconds, always a bad story. I'm like, is there nothing good that has happened in your life? I would feel my soul leave my body like that scene in Ghost when, those black shadow creatures yank you. That'd be me going, ah!
Yep.
Nightmare.
So were they able to do it?
Yes, they did one time. But even the good story was
Okay.
a little melancholy in a way. So I'm like, you just don't know how to be happy. Yeah.
Casey, you got anybody in the?
Well, I don't know, Mike. Do you have anybody?
Well, obviously it's Alex.
What? Alex is a ray of sunshine.
Wow.
I'm also
Don't you see my raise?
28 years old. Yeah.
Stop it. Yeah, Mike, what's yours, really?
No, I don't know that anybody that was really negative, that was a friend, I have removed.
Yeah, you
Well, they
can
don't
do
know they've
that.
been
You
removed.
can
You
do
probably
that
just
with
stop hanging out with
friends.
them.
It's tougher the other way around.
There's a whole organization that will remove those people for you. Yeah.
I like the term chosen family. That has become one of my
Yes.
favorite favorite phrases.
Chosen family. Okay.
Yeah.
Guys, thank you. Have a great
Whatever it is. Yeah. Thank you guys.
Even they're lost.
Yeah.
Oh my God. I wish I could unload on you. I'm not going to.
No.
Instead, we're going to take a look at traffic and see what's happening there. So
That's got to be good.
Yeah, Marissa, give us some sunshine there. What's up?
It's not. It's slowing in New Jersey, 295 northbound from 42 to Haddonfield Berlin Road. And then 42 northbound at the Black Horse Pike. There's an accident with the shoulder blocked. We're also slowing on 55 between 47 and 42. Then we're slowing on the Vine eastbound from the from the Schuylkill out to Broad Street. Schuylkill eastbound from the Boulevard out to Vine and westbound from Passyunk to South Street. And then this roving crew on the right shoulder at Schuylkill westbound from Gladwin out to Conshohocken. We're now jammed starting at the Boulevard. This traffic report is brought to you by Borgata Hotel, Casino, and Spa. If you want it all, dining, gaming, pools, and more, it takes a village. It takes a Borgata. Visit theborgata.com to learn more. Must be 21 and up. Gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER. And that's your traffic on 93.3 WMMR.
WMMR presents Preston and Steve's Bizarre File.
Brought to you by the friends at Sunny Mac Solar, your trusted full-service solar partner and the solar company that Steve trusts. You can go to sunnymac.com and find out how much you can save by switching to solar. All right, this is a pretty wild story. A climber pinned beneath a massive boulder near Timberline Lodge at Mount Hood was rescued Sunday morning after a multi-agency effort that included technical rescuers, air medical crews, and a specialized surgical team.
Oh, man.
On Sunday around 10:20, Clackman's Fire Technical Rescue Team responded to a mutual aid request to help rescue an injured climber. Rescuers found the climber pinned under a boulder estimated to weigh 16,000 pounds. The boulder fell during a minor rock slide, and a large crowd of bystanders tried to help, but the boulder could not be moved.
I don't think he was trying hard enough.
The climber was conscious and able to communicate, but the circumstances and potential severity of the injuries prompted a more complex response. As rescuers built a system to lift the boulder, others contacted Life Flight to activate a specialized field surgical team.
Oh, man.
Life Flight dispatched an aircraft from the scene and then sent a second helicopter to the landing pad. Physicians and surgeons assembled medical equipment and loaded it onto the life support helicopter. And at about 12:30 p.m., the technical rescue team freed the climber and moved the injured person to the first helicopter for transport to an area hospital. The climber is being treated at a nearby hospital, is expected to recover, by the way. But
it's amazing.
Man, that's crazy. All right, how about this? A brawl erupted at a kindergarten graduation at an Ohio Catholic school this week, with parents seen pulling hair and tossing other adults onto the group. The fight
setting a bad example
broke out at Queen of the Apostles in Toledo after there was a dispute over seating at the ceremony.
Then I can understand getting into a wild brawl.
While we don't see the incident that started the fight, the whole auditorium quickly falls into chaos with multiple adults throwing down in the fracas. Punches are thrown, hair is pulled, and Good Samaritans try to break it up. while a couple of people filmed the scene. A 26-year-old suffered a head injury in the fight and was rushed to a local hospital. I mean, there are kids involved in this.
And one looks like they're wearing
crazy.
pajamas.
Jessica Anderson was arrested and charged with assault. Cops allege Anderson grabbed a person's hair and struck the person's head against a chair.
Well, that got a little unruly, didn't it?
The school confirmed in a Facebook statement that no students were harmed during the chaotic event. And Craig Mays, an attendee who filmed the altercation, says that his daughter's mother is the person who was taken to the hospital, saying she got staples in her head.
Jesus.
She was bleeding. Her wrist is pretty messed up. Both her knees are pretty bad. So, yeah, it was a very bad day for my
I'm afraid
family.
we're going to have to cancel Happy Sparkle Time.
All right. I have a piece of audio to play with this particular story. Where ESPN is putting its microphones as a complete mystery while broadcasting a softball game between Arizona State and Texas on Sunday. Someone whispered obscene comments into a hot mic during an 0-1 pitch from Tegan Cavan. I'm going to play the audio for you.
All right. I gotta hear this.
All right, you ready? This is this is a live game that's going on, and see if you can pick up on what is said here.
Wonderful relationship, those two. And she said when you come to Austin, they tell you you're going to be excellent. You're going to compete for national championships.
No.
Lick my ball sack, I heard.
Stop.
So when those are crowd microphones that the person got on?
Somebody found one, and they leaned in on it.
They tried to be discreet.
They said,
Lick my ball sack.
oh, my God. Play-by-play announcer Kevin Brown continued his commentary, ignoring the vulgar statement. I don't think he could hear it.
No.
But pretending that no one was listening.
Lick my ball sack on second base.
What the national televised audience couldn't hear. So they don't know who it was, whether the fan found an on-field microphone or stored in the broadcast booth. They do not know, but
you know,
we have that classic moment now.
They did keep it FCC compliant, though. You can say that.
Oh, you can?
I mean, you could say ball sack, yeah absolutely.
Right.
I think they didn't use the 7 dirty words, right?
I think that they can, doesn't really matter. It just depends on how many complaints
Well, maybe
you get.
this is the door being opened where they can now use that language during a game.
All right, moving on. The Everett Fire Department says it rescued a person who jumped into a chimney after being contacted by the police department on Monday. Police had responded to a trespassing complaint after smoke was seen coming from a vacant home. They say that while officers were attempting to contact the man, he climbed onto the roof and then jumped into the chimney.
Oh, did his belly jiggle at all, Preston?
When firefighters arrived, the man had worked his way approximately 10 feet down the chimney. The fire department said they tried to pull the man back up, but he refused assistance and moved further down. There was no active fire in the home, but there was residual ash in the fireplace.
I wonder, pound for pound, how many chimneys a human being can shimmy down?
Firefighters removed the mantle and opened the fireplace and wall to remove the man from the chimney. The rescue took about 20 minutes or so. The police department took the man into custody, and he was taken to the hospital for evaluation.
Do you have a fireplace in your house?
No.
Okay.
I mean, we have a gas one, but we don't have a flue or.
You ever try to crawl down that?
A chimney or anything like that. But I grew up with one with a wood burning fireplace.
You can't fit down there.
No, you can't.
No.
All right, and that is where we will end the bizarre file for now. All right, today is a very special day, and we are happy to have someone here with us to give us a little bit of information about it. Today is Dunkin Iced Coffee Day, and there's a special that's taking place. And we have in our studio one of the head honchos at Dunkin locally. She's the field marketing director, and we have Jackie McCone, who is here with us this morning. Jackie's an old friend. How you doing?
I'm great. Thanks for having me.
Of course. It's nice to see you again.
Nice to be here.
We see you leading up to the Thanksgiving Day parade and to the Camp Out for Hunger and all that stuff. But today is Dunkin Iced Coffee Day.
Today is Iced Coffee Day, and what a day it is for Iced Coffee Day, right? Who doesn't need a pick-me-up today?
It's great that there's a time that happens on the calendar year where you're at, making your order through Dunkin', and they have to ask, do you want that hot or cold? So, I love that transition period. Now, a lot of people drink the cold coffee year round.
They do.
Yeah. So I have a hot cup of Dunkin' coffee and then the iced coffee right here.
By the way, I messed up Jackie's name. It's not McKeown. It's just Keown.
Oh.
I don't know where I got the Mick.
Well, we dropped the Mick a long time
Okay, you did. All right.
I think
It
Sorry
was
about that.
superfluous. Yeah.
I'm thinking of
Nancy.
Nancy McKeon.
Yes, from Facts of Life.
From the Facts of Life. So, there it is.
Oh,
Sorry about
please
that.
don't confuse the two.
So anyhow, people today, if they stop by and get a Dunkin' Iced Coffee, there's a special charitable angle to this.
Yeah, so today you come in, purchase iced coffee or a cold brew, and $1 will go back to the Dunkin' Joy and Childhood Foundation, which supports children in our area and nationwide.
Love that.
Kids facing hunger, food insecurity, as well as childhood illness. And we've got great organizations all across the Philadelphia area that we support, both big and small.
Well, you're always out. Obviously, the company and the efforts that you yourself make sure the company is spearheading are very generous. So $1 from every iced coffee and cold. By the way, how's the cold brew doing? Because I see people loving that.
People love the cold brew,
yeah.
but they love the cold foam on top of the cold.
Is that what it's?
Yes,
Okay.
Yeah.
I have not sampled. I'm going to have to try that.
Oh, it's amazing.
So what is this right here? You guys brought in some goodies. What am I drinking?
You're drinking iced coffee.
This is iced coffee.
Yes.
But there's some chocolate or something in here. It's delightful.
Yes, you've got some caramel.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yum.
There you go, man.
Hey, the cold foam. Do you guys sell that? Or is it, not just at the Dunkin' locations. Can you buy that in stores or anything?
You can buy cold foam in the stores.
That's what I
Yes.
thought. And Dunkin' branded, right?
Dunkin' branded, yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's
And-
pretty awesome.
Yeah. We prefer that you come to our stores.
Yeah.
Well, of course, yes.
And it always is a much better experience, but yes, you can.
You know, you tend to become a creature of habit. You have your order and you go in and you got to live outside the box a little bit and sample some of the other Dunkin'
Yeah,
items.
you would not imagine the flavors that we have, the varieties that we have, whether it's traditional iced coffee, cold brew, cold foam. We've got something for everybody. So come in today.
Yes.
Get your iced coffee, and $1 will go back to the Dunkin' Joy and Childhood Foundation. So
that's excellent.
While every day is a great day to get a Dunkin', today packs a more powerful punch and really makes an impact.
I love that.
Yep. I'm a fan of the app, by the way.
yeah.
I love the Dunkin' app. I use it regularly. And there's you can find some special deals if you use the app and
There's
things like that.
great
right?
deals on the app. You know, if you come 12 times within a month, you become a boosted member, and you can get even more deals on the app. So
they're called perks.
Yes, they are. So great deals. The more often you come, the more rewards you'll get.
Very nice. Do you ever find yourself during the day, because of your job, overly caffeinated? I just realized I'm walking on the ceiling. I mean, maybe I need to
Ask my husband. I am consistently over caffeinated.
Yeah. I mean, your entire life is based around coffee.
It's definitely a job hazard.
Yeah, absolutely.
And what's your favorite donut? If you had to pick one.
My favorite donut is easy. It's a sour cream.
Really?
You know what? It took me a while to come around to those because the consistency
I think
is.
I turned you on to
I
the
think
sour
so.
cream.
The consistency is different than say a glazed donut,
right?
It's a little more cake.
Yeah, exactly, a little more cakey.
Well,
but I mean, I'm a Cruller fan without question. But I mean, it's like you're eating a stick of butter when you have one of those things. Are so good.
The quintessential donut for me is the cake glazed.
Mm-hmm.
That to me is the cornerstone. That's from where everything comes. As a little kid, when I worked, of course, I'm a veteran of Dunkin' Donuts. I worked at Dunkin' for many years.
You were a porter.
I was a porter.
Yeah.
We actually had a train system, and I would go to everyone and punch their tickets.
No, not that kind of
I
porter.
cleaned out the bathrooms.
Right, yeah.
But it was still very cool. But yeah, that was it, man. And that was a huge seller too. So.
My favorite too are the Munchkins. You can't just stop at one.
No,
well, we've got
Pop them all day long.
We have our blood drive coming up on June 19th, and Steve and I yearly try to set the record. The record has gotten so big,
it's
throwing it, that I can't do it anymore. It hurts my shoulders too far away.
And I'll tell you what, and this is the honest truth here. What happens, Jackie, is at a certain point it was being thrown from so far. A common Munchkin that you might find in any Dunkin' box starts to hurt when it hits your face. And I was finding that it was hitting my mouth and I was trying to catch it. We got close, but we did not succeed last year, did we?
No, I don't think we did.
We didn't.
Yeah.
But I've been warming up.
All right, man, I'm ready to go.
I've been in training.
I might wear a dental dam when we do it this year.
I love now that stores offer just 5 or 10 Munchkins in a container right at the counter.
I love that.
Right at checkout.
Yeah.
Because it's like the perfect little sweet treat.
It is perfect in the afternoon.
Jackie, I have a question for you. This is via text from our friend Brett, who's a funeral director, believe it or not. And he said, hey, if you have the opportunity, could you please ask her, how can we make sure that Dunkin' recognizes the staff and some of the locations. I go to them from time to time and want the staff to be recognized for their hard work and excellent service. And I question whether the feedback will get to them.
The feedback absolutely does get to us. So it comes in through the 800 line, and then it filters down to us at the regional level, and we reach out to the individual franchisees, and it all happens in real time. It's a very quick process.
Do you know, I never know. I use the app, but is there a way for the on the app to give like a thumbs up or a good job at a particular location?
Well, and very shortly, what will be happening is tipping will be available.
Oh, nice.
Stores have to register and sign up.
Yeah.
We're 100% franchise, so but that will be an opportunity to recognize, the people at the restaurant.
Cool.
Excellent. All right. Well, it is Dunkin Iced Coffee Day, and $1 from every iced coffee sold will support the Dunkin Joy in Childhood Foundation. It's their mission to bring joy to kids battling illness in local hospitals, food insecurity, amongst other things. 100% of the funds raised locally will stay locally to bring joy to kids battling illness and so on. So we're happy to push that information along, Jackie. So
thank you.
Thanks for stopping by.
For having me.
Love you on
Nice
Facts
to
of
see
Life.
Okay.
Yeah, you were great on Facts of Life. Jackie McEwen. No. Jackie Keown on the Preston and Steve Show. We're going to take a break, and we will be right back. Stay with us.
Like also expressive and receptive language. So I feel like our title doesn't fully tell you everything that we do.
Right. And there's a lot more, especially the swallowing and that sort of aspect. Is that a large percentage of what you do, or is that a smaller percentage?
I'd say a reasonable amount. I feel like I do cognition more, but I do have a fair amount of swallowing. And it depends, too, like certain disease states, like things like Parkinson's disease, that can cover... Like, people with Parkinson's disease can have swallowing problems. They can have voice problems. They can have cognitive. Like, we know, like, it kind of can affect multiple modalities for them. So
No, there's a lot of different things that can affect. Like, I assume it's a multi-pronged approach. Someone has a stroke. They're dealing with paralysis, perhaps, in their arms, but they also have a speech issue, and you guys all work together, right?
Yeah, exactly. And so, like, sometimes with people with a stroke, it depends, but like you have what's called an aphasia. So it depends on where the stroke occurs, and that usually affects word finding. And then there's other aspects of it. So there's different types of aphasia. So, but sometimes too with a stroke, like swallow function can be affected.
Well,
so,
what you're describing, I think you are underpaid.
Yeah.
Yeah, it sounds like it. Well, listen, thank you for explaining that to us. We appreciate it, Jill.
Yeah, you're welcome. You're welcome.
All right, take care. All right, we'll see you.
I've been a long-time listener. I love you guys. It's great to talk to you.
Thank you, Jill. Appreciate it. Love you right back.
All right.
So a number of texts coming in. Where was this one that said, Casey, it says, tell Chuck I had the same swallowing issue where my throat, which was forgetting how to swallow once. But once I got on Lexapro for anxiety, it went away.
Wow.
I don't know if that's something you can do.
Ask your truck driver.
Yeah, please. Consult your local truck
He's
driver.
right there waiting for you guys.
I'm your local truck driver. Do you have swallowing issues?
Somebody texted in and said, I am a physician's assistant and make $155,000 a year, eight years into it. So there's a look at some, the medical industry, or the healthcare industry.
Yeah.
All right. Anyhow, I don't have time to read all these messages. I'm noticing things.
Yeah.
So
He needs to notice more. Time is of the essence.
those are the top 10 best jobs for 2026, according to that research that was done. All right. So something that I touched on earlier when we were in the entertainment report is a term I had not heard before. It's called competency porn or competence porn. It's been thrown around a little bit lately. And the author...
Like felching.
It's like felching, except it's not. So this was the author of this particular article cites The Pit as an example of competency porn. And it says in this column, the Pit is perhaps the purest example. Entertainment that evokes the orgiastic pleasure of watching good people do their jobs well, enhanced by creators who care deeply about telling their stories with the best cinematic tools available. So I like stuff like that.
Well, like when you see a good legal drama and someone is on their mark doing what they need to do, or one of my favorite movies of all time is the Paul Newman, David Mamet movie, The Verdict.
Yeah.
And he he hustles to get this. There was a medical malpractice lawsuit against the Boston church, and but I mean, when he hits his zone, when he's in it, he's this down on his luck lawyer, Paul Newman. It's great to watch it. It's amazing.
I think it's why I'm enjoying this show, Mobland, so much. It's on Paramount Plus, and Tom Hardy. It's so funny because he's not a good guy, but he's a good guy, right? Like, you see him murder some people, but he's basically kind of like a fixer for an organized crime family. I almost said frime family. But he is tasked with a job, and he goes and he gets it done. Right, and he's calm and he's metered and all this.
People are good at what they do.
And people,
if they know how to commit a good crime,
it might be a little different. It might be a little different than this. This is good people doing their jobs well.
But there are other moments in the show where you are kind of given a glimpse as to his character.
So he's going after other criminals.
He's
right?
going after other criminals.
So that makes it okay.
It kind of, right?
Okay.
He's a murderer.
It's like Dexter.
He's a good murderer.
Kills serial
He's a
killers.
good murderer.
So he's a hell of a a sweet guy.
But, some hot woman comes up to him and blah, blah, and he's like, I'm married, and you're like, oh, this guy's got good content. But I'm going to go murder that guy over there.
Well, then I'll see it in like a crime drama where you're watching the police and you're watching, the person who was harmed and they're on the stand. And then suddenly whoever's defending the antagonist, the lawyer will like suddenly ask a really good question. I'm like, oh, yeah, that was a good question too.
Right.
And then you're impressed by that person.
So it says here it's both time-honored and on the rise as we try to make sense of the news around us. Our idea of what qualifies as escapism shifts. And when the news is chaos, we find comfort in watching capable people solve complex problems.
Reliable people you can turn to, like Richard Marx.
Yes.
Who is iconic.
Yeah. Well, he's always there waiting for you.
If you need legal advice, turn to the iconic Richard Marx, now also providing financial services.
I mean, if that doesn't give you comfort, I don't know what will. So competency porn is a term I was not familiar with, and I noticed.
You know what I like regular porn, too.
Of people doing their job?
Yeah.
Doing it well.
And there's always visual and sticky proof.
Yep.
Yeah, absolutely. Without question. All right. I noticed this as well. The American Institute of Architects, New York, unveiled its 2026 Design Awards on Monday night, honoring projects of outstanding architectural design, either in New York or created by New York-based firms.
This event is a beast to put on because you have all these buildings that show up.
Yeah.
So,
you need a large space. Yeah.
Some of this year's winners are predictably high profile. Lincoln Center's revamped David Geffen Hall, home to the New York Philharmonic, and the long-anticipated Studio Museum building in Harlem were recognized for both their transformative design, and several of this year's awardees signal a broader shift in the profession from starchitecture towards socially grounded design. But the list also celebrates small-scale design, and that's why I noticed this, in a humble public bathroom on Staten Island.
Really?
Yeah, the AIANY Awards have expanded their scope. They have a little alien there that actually eats diarrhea.
Hey, how you feeling today?
So no,
You have diarrhea? Open wide.
the AIANY Awards have expanded their scope to recognize not just visual flair, but also thoughtful solutions to everyday urban challenges like peeing in a comfortable and well-designed space. So they are highlighting the Lopez Playground public restroom on Staten Island. And here's the description of it. A squat rectangle located across from a Home Depot parking lot in an unassuming corner of Staten Island's North Shore proves that good design doesn't require a massive budget. The tiny restroom looks like it could have been made from a miniature shopping container, which is fitting considering it's a modular design developed to enable easy citywide delivery and installation. Don't be surprised if you see this bathroom dropped into your own neighborhood with custom brick cladding to match the local character.
So we're looking at it. It looks nice. It makes the area that it's in. It's a bathroom. It's a collection of bathrooms, but it fits into the surrounding area nicely. It's got a little panache to it.
It is pleasant when you walk into a nice bathroom.
Mm-hmm. Listen, I agree 100%. It'll determine a place I'll return to if I know they have nice facilities.
And I know they're award winners, but we've recently become season pass holders. But Longwood Gardens has great bathrooms. They really do.
Much celebrated for their bathrooms.
Mm-hmm.
I went to my first Buc-ee's, and the Buc-ee's bathrooms, very pleasant.
Very pleasant?
Yeah,
Okay.
very clean, very locked. They have little lights to let you know if it's open or closed.
All right, but Marissa, you're the city dweller. You're the restaurateur, or not restaurateur, but you're a foodie. And some nice restaurants will have really nice bathrooms. Are there some that stand out to you?
Yeah, I like ones that have a good candle scent.
And
no, specifically, which restaurants?
Oh my gosh, on the spot.
Candelarium?
River Twice has a very nice bathroom.
River Twice.
My Lou has a very nice bathroom.
My Lou.
My Lou.
Yeah, and Lou is another term for bathroom.
That's right. It all works.
Those are the two that came to mind first.
Okay. Yeah, it can make a difference.
I remember, so when we would, after Keenan's, we would go to the Star Diner, and I was always pleasantly, I don't even want to say, the first time I was pleasantly surprised, but then after that, I wasn't surprised anymore, but their bathrooms were nice and they were clean, but it was a diner, right? So,
I know. Listen,
when you walk into a place, you don't know what you're going to get.
It presents to your clientele that you have a commitment to, the cleanliness, and that you would hope that carries over to everything else. Yeah. Right? If the bathroom is a mess, what else is a mess?
Yeah.
Will you guys clean up a bathroom, a little bit, a public bathroom, to
I do.
make people think that you're not the one that made the mess?
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
I will actually, if it's a nasty toilet seat, I'll wipe it down.
Yeah.
I'll grab some toilet. Now I'll make sure my fingers don't actually touch all the whatever's on there. But I will tidy up a bit.
If the toilet's not working, will you hand scoop Dookie out of it?
No, I got an alien that I bring that will
I
eat the
got this,
scraps.
bro. Yummy.
But Marissa, like specifically, so other people that go in after you don't think that you're the one who made that mess?
Yes.
I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
And I'll
Or
do that.
just go up and make a general announcement. There is a huge amount of crap in the bathroom. And it wasn't me.
Wasn't me.
I saw a guy who posted the other day. I don't know who he was, but it ties into this. He said that he was in an airport or whatever. He's in a bathroom and he saw a guy who was clearly wearing a very expensive suit. And when he was done washing his hands, he took some extra paper and he tidied up the sink.
Yeah, I do that.
He didn't make the mess. He tidied up someone else's mess. And the guy jokingly goes, "How long have you been working here?" And the guy laughed and he said, "But just by chance, did you make that mess that you were cleaning up?" He said, "No." He's like, "Well, why'd you do that?" He says, "I always think it's a good idea to leave someplace a little better than it was." And
Besides, I blew up the toilet.
and I think that's a great philosophy.
No, I agree with that 1,000%. Speaking of which, you reminded me, it was just a little while ago in our own bathroom that I saw the person who ever detonated in the stall. I don't know how you could clean this mess.
It was that bad.
It was
So he
that
was
bad.
sick. Yeah.
Like space station sick.
Yeah, I walked into the bathroom down here on the other side of the hallway yesterday. It's not that big of a deal, but somebody left their ass gas in on the toilet seat.
I don't like that. If you're going to pull it out for cleanliness' sake, then common decency dictates that you dispose of that disposable ass gasket.
It's not too difficult to do that.
It's just
really
lazy.
not.
It's very lazy.
That is lazy. It's exactly what it is. All right. A little bit. We're going to have actress and comedian and writer Jamie Lee joining us. Going to be in town at the Underground Arts on June 4th for a show. So we'll get to that in about a half hour or so. But in the meantime, some really interesting medical studies and breakthroughs and things like that to tell you about at the Just Sayin Institute.
The Just Sayin Institute, home of the new Olympic Running and Shooting Training Center.
Wow. We even take care of athletics.
Unbelievable, yeah.
All right, so GLP-1 drugs, the weight loss drugs.
Yes.
Some patients are taking the weight loss drugs or manage to either lose weight or to manage type 2 diabetes are discovering an emerging potential side effect. The loss of pleasure or an emotional numbness that has been dubbed Ozempic personality.
So we've had Ozempic face, which is this sort of sunken, hollow look.
Ozempic penis?
Ozempic penis as
another
well.
one.
Yes.
It's where I think the penis appears
sunken and hollow.
larger or something along those lines.
Yeah, because when you lose weight, your junk appears bigger.
There are Ozempic babies because it
too
lowers.
fat.
Well, no, it lowers the efficiency of your birth control.
Is that right? So that the drug will actually render the birth control somewhat ineffective. Interesting.
Okay. So it's not common, and this Ozempic personality is not common, and doctors don't know if it's a direct reaction to the drugs, but it may be a sign to reduce the dose or stop the medication if the impact becomes severe, experts say. Dave Knapp noticed the change about 3 years ago after he started Mounjaro. He said, I really started to discover that I was really not having the same amount of pleasure or seeking the same amount of pleasure in some of the activities that I once enjoyed.
Became disconnected?
He said a lot of things that I used to really get excited about, I was no longer seeking out. His first big red flag was baseball. He'd always been an avid fan of the sport, especially
I don't give a
especially the Cubs, but he noticed that he hadn't been following it at all while he was on the drug. When Knapp's weight loss plateaued and he needed to step up his activity, he found it hard to go to the gym, even though he'd always enjoyed moving his body and had powerful motivation to maintain his weight loss. Knapp, the father of 4 young children, had struggled with obesity. His own father died of a heart attack at 54 years old. He said the drive and the motivation that maybe once would have been there was no longer there at all.
So, do they give a percentage of people they believe might be
It's very
encountering
few.
this?
No,
Okay.
it's. They said it's not common.
It's an outlier.
And they're not even sure if it's directly tied to this, but they're just.
Or these people are just dickheads.
So the medical name for the phenomenon is anhedonia, Anhedonaa, anhedonia, according to Dr. Christopher McGowan, a gastroenterologist and obesity medicine specialist in North Carolina. It's unexplored and anecdotal in the context of GLP-1 drugs, but some patients report a general decrease in interest, pleasure, and excitement in activities they previously enjoyed, like eating out or socializing. According to McGowan, he said it's not in their heads. We are absolutely hearing from this from people.
Well, you could understand the eating out because it will quash
your appetite a little
Your
bit.
appetite a bit, right?
One patient described to me, he said, as just feeling that the lights had dimmed, but you couldn't really explain why. Anhedonia is not currently listed as a side effect for Ozempic, Wegovy, Mounjaro, or Zepbound.
Isn't that near Narnia?
What?
Anhedonia?
It may be.
Yeah. They have to make a left at Albuquerque.
It's unclear how frequently anhedonia occurs in people taking GPL drugs because it wasn't studied in clinical trials yet, but it's not common, they say.
All right.
Far more patients report positive effects like improved mood, confidence, and energy. So this is just this is starting to bubble up, and they haven't really seen a lot of it.
Do you think that in the case of changing who you are, if you're losing weight or you're morphing into someone a bit different,
Right.
physicality-wise or whatever, you think that can cause, even though that's your desired result, it could cause some depression or confusion that might lead to this? Do you know what I'm saying?
Maybe.
Yeah.
I think there's the jury's out. I think there's a lot of different things that can happen.
Yeah.
If you go through a dramatic weight loss,
Yeah.
your life does change. You know, I mean, from everything of buying different clothing to being able to do things you hadn't been able to do before. And that's why, so you remember back when, when breast augmentation started happening,
Yes.
sometimes relationships would end. Once the new boobs came along.
Yeah, I'm too hot for you now.
And so maybe something similar. I'm not saying it has to do with depression or
Sure.
anything like that, but maybe there are some personality things that can happen with these
I think so.
big changes in your life.
Yeah.
But some of these side effects, I wonder if it is a direct connection to your like going to the gym, for instance. Like I noticed that when I wasn't eating as much, that I didn't have the energy that I needed to go to the gym. So
You're saying,
therefore,
yes, that's an interesting point.
so if you're not like obviously you're not going to eat as much, but what you have to make sure that you're paying attention to what you're putting in your body, right?
Because you're fueling your body.
You're fueling your body. So you have to make sure that you're upping whatever you're eating, that it contains protein, right? So if you're going to have to eat less, well then make sure that less is more protein. So drink protein drinks. And do you know what I mean?
So that's why there's a plethora of foods now on the market that are infused with protein. That they're,
my God.
They're catering to the people who are currently on these drugs.
Yeah, we've had protein like seltzer waters.
Yeah.
Oh, they're horrible. They're so bad.
Do you know what the new one's going to be?
What's that?
Fiber.
Okay.
They're now everything that was getting added protein, water, milk, macaroni and cheese, whatever it is. Now they're starting to do it with fiber.
Oh, I'm a fiber beast.
Yeah,
Are you?
Oh, yeah.
You load up with fiber?
I got my fiber. That
Takes the pills like 5 at a time, like 3 or 4 times a day.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
Good for you.
it's beautiful. You actually hear violin play when I take a dump.
like a
beautiful
a little sonata
symphony, yeah.
Okay.
So pleasant.
I can't imagine. I would love to have a soundtrack when I'm taking a dump.
I mean,
so.
nature just steps in and says, "This is beautiful."
There it is.
And if you'll excuse me,
I have to take a smash. Somebody got a text, or somebody had texted and said, my brother-in-law said he feels this way, like the fun is sucked out of his life.
wow.
Oh,
I'd be curious. Well, they're obviously going to explore it further.
Yeah, they'll look
It does
into
not
this.
seem to be a raging issue, but it is an issue worth looking at.
Yeah, for sure. I'm sure they're going to do that. All right. There have been other breakthroughs and interesting developments at the Just Saying Institute. Exoskeletons.
Love them.
They used to be the stuff of sci-fi movies and futuristic research labs, but now they are actual consumer products, and you can get your hands on them. These wearable devices strap onto your body and use motors to help you move with less effort, letting you walk farther, climb easier, and spend longer on your feet without feeling it as much.
So there's a whole bunch of AI stuff that's out there that's fake, like, from various companies. But there are some actual things that construction workers are using for assisted lifting, and climbing and things of that nature. There's some that would have you think you're in the suit that Ripley wore in Aliens.
Right.
But it's, we're getting there.
So exoskeletons can sometimes be big, bulky, and uncomfortable, but that's an issue that Hypershell is fixing with its latest range of exoskeletons. The latest X series is a 3-model range of wearable exoskeletons headlined by the flagship X Ultra S. The big new addition is called Hyper Intuition, an AI motion control system designed to make support feel more natural and responsive during real-world movement. Hypershell calls them the world's most intuitive consumer exoskeletons available.
Until it makes you beat your neighbor to death.
So the Hypershell X Pro
I'm
S.
sorry, I misread your gesticulations.
The X Pro S is the entry model, and it has a 17.5 mile range or kilometer range. The next in line is the X Max S, and that has a 30-kilometer range. And finally, the flagship model is the Hypershell X Ultra S, and it's got all kinds of other
Are
little
we talking about an assisted walker?
bells and whistles. Yes.
Okay, so there was a guy who tried a couple of the units that are on the market now, and he was going up a steep hike, up a mountain, hill, whatever. Anyway, he said it really did. Once you got used to it, the assist was really noticeable.
Okay.
But so you're saying on a battery, I mean, that's a fair amount of distance to cover.
Oh, yeah. You can do 30 kilometers.
Yeah.
So, this it goes around your waist, and then these things attach to your thighs.
Yeah.
Is how this works. And see if you can pull up a website for this, Ryan. Hypershell exoskeletons. I want to see what the price range is on them. They're in the thousands of dollars,
yes,
as
they
you
are,
might imagine. But the Hyper Intuition is an end-to-end motion control algorithm. Basically, instead of the system working through a sequence of steps, like sensing your movement, predicting what you're doing, and then pushing the motors, it does all of that as one continuous process. The older approach, which was rule-based or adaptive motion recognition, worked by matching your gait against a library of known movement patterns. That was fine if you were walking steadily or on an even paved path, but adaptability was a concern in dynamic real-world situations like random rocky sections or sudden slopes.
Right.
Yeah, if you're going through a
Is
rocky.
that the Hypershell X series?
Yes.
Oh, that's a beauty. I'm going to fight Apollo wearing one of these.
All right, so we're looking at
my foot right up his ass.
the Hypershell X series runs you about $1,800.
So what this one will do is it'll, as you're saying, adjust to a regular terrain, which is very cool. Have you seen people who are actually, and they have units that adapt someone is a wheelchair-bound person that allows them to actually get up and walk with stabilizers. It's an amazing thing.
Yeah.
Yep. So basically, hyperintuition is trained more like the systems behind humanoid robots and self-driving cars. It takes raw sensor data and maps it directly to motor torque on the fly.
I love the ad campaign, which is the intuition. What a thrill.
This results in faster support and makes it feel less mechanical when you stride, pace, or footing changes.
I'm kind of interested in trying one of these.
I would love to try this
cool.
out just to see what it's like. I don't see me buying one, but it'd be kind of fun to try it out.
Imagine though, but they do have the units that are that assist with. Obviously, you couldn't. The thing has to be designed in a way like if you have bionic arms. This is what always killed me about the $6 Million Man. He had a bionic arm, but it wasn't attached to like it would rip his arm out.
Yeah,
right.
It wasn't attached to bionic shoulders.
It was just attached to it.
I would like to be able to pick up a car, though.
Yes,
I mean, you know, if you could just do that,
it would impress your friends and neighbors.
Sure,
come over. Hey, come over to the house. Preston's picking up a car again.
So all the power features in the world won't make a difference if the exoskeleton isn't comfortable to wear, and that's another area where Hypershell gets it right. The X Series has a redesigned soft pack wearing system, which includes waist pads with a 3-zone firmness design.
You need that.
And an iliac fitting structure. The back pad is thicker and raised on both sides, while the leg straps use more skin-friendly materials with added anti-slip features.
It also has a retractable bottle opener, which I think is really key.
Yeah. So the upgraded Hypershell X Series is built for two main crowds. On the professional side, it's aimed at anyone whose jobs keep them on their feet, like photographers looking for the perfect shot, couriers, warehouse stockers, mountain guides, and search and rescue teams hauling gear across through tough terrain. The exoskeletons take some of the load off, and you can go longer without burning out. And on the personal side, it's for outdoor lovers who just want that hike to last a little longer, or if anyone's dealing with a long commute or standing heavy routine. Enjoy gentler walks in the park, steadier steps on city sidewalks, and steeper trails without feeling the effects of the next day.
There are certain things that I would love to have something like this for, right? Like I can cycle, I can dance, I can hike. You know, Steve, you and I love mowing the lawn.
Oh, I love it.
So I love doing yard work, but there's certain things, yard work things that I just can't do because for some reason my body is not equipped to do things like weeding, you know, like
or eating rocks.
Or eating. I don't think anybody's body's equipped to eat rocks, but no, but there's just that certain pitch that your body requires that my lower back can't weed. It can't. You know,
so you're saying with a little bit of an extra assist, you could do it. That's and in a way, if you have this assist, it's like an assisted pull-up. You can eventually get to the point.
Yes.
It will assist you in strengthening the areas that are weak. That will allow you to eventually do unassisted pull-ups.
Well, here's an example of that. Somebody texted in. I don't know if they mean this product exactly, but maybe the one you were talking about earlier with people who have paralysis and whatnot. They said my niece, learned to walk again with one of those after she had a tumor on her spinal cord.
There you go. That's great news.
Yeah. And I think that
can the niece pick up a car, did they say?
Send this. No, they didn't. They cannot pick up a car.
Okay.
They can pick up a pool table, though.
Oh, wow, man.
So it's close.
Yeah.
It's still pretty heavy. Yeah.
It's not a car, but we're impressed.
So exoskeletons, pretty crazy.
Cool. Yeah,
You can
listen.
just go out and buy them now.
If you have an exoskeleton company in the listening area and you're a fan of the show, please contact us. We'd like to try them.
We would love to.
We'd like to pick up a car.
All right, here's another story from the Just Saying Institute. Invasive jumping worms.
Oh.
You heard that right. Jumping worms are damaging gardens in New Jersey and beyond. Experts say these wrigglers can jump up to a foot off the ground when they're done eating leaves and then burrow into the soil. Have you seen these, Casey?
I only saw pictures of them yesterday. My wife was showing me because, they're in New Jersey and we're just a hop, skip, and a jump away from New Jersey.
And they can because they're jumping worms.
Exactly.
They can jump over the Delaware.
Absolutely. So to put this in perspective, if a human were to jump a foot, that'd be 12 inches off the ground.
Yeah.
Oh, well, yeah, we can.
Crazy.
Oh, that's right.
So experts say that they can damage or destroy plants, vegetable gardens, and your lawn in even the soil's ecosystems.
Where is the point of origin of the jumping? You said Mexico?
Oh, I don't know. Sorry, Casey.
I just said Mexican jumping beans.
What? Okay.
What?
What do they taste like?
No. You jokingly said, "Could you jump like a foot off the ground?" Like I don't know if I have a 12-inch vertical. I don't know.
Yes, you do. Of 1 foot.
Sure.
Come on, man.
Do I though?
You do.
Yes. But it's not how high up your feet go. It's how high up you can touch. You know how they do those.
Yeah. You know what? I believe you can fly. I believe you can touch the sky.
Yeah.
We need that stick that they have at like training camp.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
So you have to go up with your hand and hit as high as you can. That tells you what your vertical is.
I need to see because listen, I know that I can touch the net on a basketball court.
Yeah.
Or at least I used to be able to.
Sam, can you whittle us a jumping stick?
Yeah, can you please whittle us a jumping stick real quick? Yeah. And then the exit sign in the lobby of the Sheridan that we stay at.
You jump and touch that?
In Clearwater.
Yeah. I've seen him do it. I have video of him
So
doing
if he's doing that, Preston, is he clearing a foot?
He's clearing a foot.
There you go. Come on, man.
All right. Once solid soil begins to look like coffee grounds where the worms inhabit, these pests look a little bit different from earthworms with their gray bodies and white collars.
Oh, so they work at an executive level.
And are more snake-like with their slithery and thrashing moves. They've turned up in 38 states, including the Garden State, where they've been spotted in northern counties and Jersey Shore towns.
So I've not seen one actually execute the foot vertical jump. We were watching video here. Have you guys seen footage of them actually jumping?
I have not.
No. And I wonder how they contort their worm-like physiques to jump.
Yeah. They look like they move pretty quickly.
They do.
And so therefore I could see how they could get like a spring-like pop. By the way, here's what you're supposed to do if you see one.
Yeah.
You're advised to bag it, freeze it, or leave it in the sun for 6 hours and then throw it out.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you're supposed to kill them.
Okay, like the
lanternflies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I haven't seen a lanternfly in a while.
haven't seen it.
It's quite a while. I think it worked for the most part. I mean,
yeah.
they're still, like last season I saw a few of them popping up. It's still a little bit early, but
I don't really kill bugs, and I feel bad.
You try to talk to them first.
No, I mean, I
used to kill stink bugs, but I don't. I just catch them and throw them out now.
Actually, that's the thing to do. You don't. If you release the pheromones by crushing it in the house, you're going to attract other stink bugs.
But lanternflies, I didn't mind killing because they were popping up all over the place, and they were also a damage to the trees, and I didn't want that to happen.
I'm the bug murderer in my house. Like, so if there is a bug in the house, like I have to, like I'm the dude. They call him the mercenary, me. And I don't like it.
Bring in Casey boy.
I kill flies for sure. I do not want them. I've had where we've had too many in the house before, and you don't want that.
Well, sir, I got a lanternfly problem.
Yeah.
The fly thing kills me because we've been told that flies, their entire arc of their life is just a couple of days.
Yeah.
And I know I've had flies in my house.
Yeah.
And I know they all look primarily the same.
Yeah.
But I know it's the same.
But there's one. You're like, is that you, Larry?
Yeah. This Larry's been here going on 6 weeks now.
Yeah. It's longer than a few days, I think.
Yeah. I think they float that notion so they don't, you figure, I don't have to kill them. They're going to die anyway.
No, kill them.
How about mosquitoes?
Oh, God. Nuke them all.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hate them.
I shoot at them.
And they're the most deadly thing on the planet.
They're responsible for more human death around the world than any other creature.
Yeah.
The bugs that seek to do harm on me, I have no problems eliminating that threat. You know what I mean?
What about bugs that refuse to sell any processed things?
Or sell anything? Or
bought, or processed.
But like spiders, for instance. I don't like killing spiders because, especially if they're in my house, because they're killing the other bugs.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
I'm the same.
Yeah.
And besides, I always hope that they will be the irradiated kind that bites me.
Yes.
And gives me superpowers.
And then you can throw a car without an exoskeleton.
I don't need my exoskeleton.
Exactly.
Yeah. So I know it's a bit of a conundrum. You're like, you don't want to kill anything.
Uh-huh.
I get it.
I felt about when we
Listen,
were.
I know it's a difficult decision, but you probably have to do it.
When we were in the Grand Canyon.
Even he knows.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I know. And I'm a bug.
There was an invasive species of fish. I don't remember exactly what kind it was, but my cousin was fishing and he caught this fish and he had to kill it. Like and I was like, "Oh man." I'm like, that's not even a bug, but like he was doing the right thing for that ecosystem.
Correct.
Well, the invasive things, it's just one of the sad facts. Or you can try to smuggle it out of the country to a colony where they live, somewhere else.
Yeah.
Like a leper colony.
Yeah.
Like a sea robin colony.
Do you remember they had a kill order on the snakehead fish years and years ago when we were at Y100 around here because they were invasive and they were taking out, they were destroying the local.
And what did the snakehead
ecosystem.
evolve into? Puppies. We didn't know that was
We
gonna-
didn't know.
At the time.
We didn't know that.
Listen, you can't condemn what we didn't know at the time.
Science.
All right, I'm looking at the clock. We should probably take
really?
Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry about this, guys.
Sorry,
That's all we have.
That was
on
a
the-
short one.
There's more stuff from the Just Saying Institute, but we'll get back to it in the very near future. Yeah, we have joining us in just a little while, comedian, writer, actress Jamie Leach. She's working on the new Ted Lasso season.
And worked on the old one.
She's also going to be in town coming up very soon on the 4th for a show. So we'll come back in a second. We will have her on the program. Stay put. We'll be right back. So, respect your bathroom. Here is another thing that I notice.
Notice you notices even more.
So if you've ever come home from a trip feeling like you spent more time in souvenir shops and local hotspots, you're not alone. A new study from travel insurance provider Insure and Go suggests that several major U.S. cities have earned a reputation for coming off as a tourist production rather than authentic lived-in places. So the study reviewed more than 1.3 million Google Map reviews across 144 global cities, tracking how often travelers described experiences authentic, local, or traditional versus tourist trap or overpriced. An authenticity score was given to each city, highlighting where visitors felt plugged into real local culture versus where they felt herded into certain experiences, things like that.
I get this delineation completely. There are some places that are just rustic and they are what they are, and you're going for that. And you go to a place like Las Vegas or whatever, that's a prefab. It's a tourist place.
So the U.S. didn't fare particularly well, topping the global list as the least authentic city. And I personally don't agree with this, but it was Chicago.
Chicago?
Remarkably low score. Yeah, it got
Chicago.
Yep.
Chicago.
2 out of 100.
No.
Now, it doesn't mean the city lacks character. It's famous for its architecture, food, museums, public green space. But reviewers consistently pointed to downtown attractions that felt crowded, expensive and heavily commercialized, long lines, inflated prices, and a focus on marquee sites appear to leave visitors feeling disconnected from the neighborhoods that the locals actually love.
All right.
Las Vegas was at number 3.
Yeah.
Which may not surprise anybody who's been there. The indoor canals, Eiffel Tower replicas, themed mega resorts. It's never pretended to be a window into local life. It is what it is. Reviewers praised the spectacle, but rarely described it as genuine. So they like it, but they're not calling it genuine. You know what I mean? It scored low because it delivers fantasy by design, not local tradition. Nashville was at number 4 globally. Known, of course, as the heart of country music. It attracts fans that want to soak in the musical history. But according to reviews, the famous Broadway strip now leans heavily toward branded bars, polished performances. Visitors noted that the more curated the experience becomes, the harder it is to stumble upon the raw, local music scene that built the city's reputation in the first place. It all depends on what you're going for.
What you're going for. If you're going, so do they list what they consider to be authentic cities? Because I would think maybe a city like Savannah, Georgia, or a city that has inherent history.
I think Charleston, I was down there a couple of years ago.
Hang on a second. Inherent history. Boston rounds out the U.S. cities deemed the most inauthentic. And that is rife with American history.
Is New Orleans on that list?
It is not, Marissa.
Because when you think about, the French Quarter, that is a little touristy and
It is,
really
right.
as many locals.
So, number 6 in the world, Boston. Its rich history and walkability draws millions, but travelers frequently describe central areas of the city as crowded and geared toward visitors rather than residents. So
I love Boston.
It's kind of nitpicking.
Chicago
a little bit.
as well. Yeah. But you're right. It's what you're looking for. I don't mind a blend of both. I don't mind a blend of the touristy with a bit of history. And you can listen. London is that. If you go to London, there's a lot of touristy stuff, and there's a lot of great historical stuff.
Yeah,
and there's a place for both.
And you never know what you're getting with reviews. I'm sorry to interrupt, Casey. I remember seeing one time a 1-star review for the Grand Canyon. Calling it overrated.
Yeah, it's a hole.
Dude, it is not overrated. But, you were talking about London, and I mean, they have a guy there who plays the road cone.
Yeah, he's amazing.
It's
right outside your hotel room.
Nothing more authentic than
Authenticity.
that. Yep.
Yeah.
I touristed in our own town yesterday, and it was great.
Yeah.
I was walking up Market Street, and I happened to see that the right at the Ben Franklin House, the first post office was open, and I just wandered in, and it was just really cool. And I was reading the signs, and I went in the little shop. They have some really cool merch.
Is that free?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
And it's right at 5th and Market.
You ever been in the Betsy Ross house?
I have.
Not
I was
in
asking
years.
Marissa, sorry.
Sorry, no. It's been years. I've walked by it many times, but I haven't been there in a long, long time.
I've never been in it. What's it like?
I'm not going to answer now. No, it's really nice. It's they have a little sort of like the Alamo, the little vignette in the basement where they have the figures and they show what life was like, and I think it's great.
Yeah.
All right. So is that in Old City?
Yeah.
Okay.
On Race, maybe?
Okay.
And they'll have events. I remember over the summer they'll actually show movies because there's a little courtyard.
Oh, and
at
she
the
used to
Betsy
love
Ross.
watching movies.
Yep,
That's right.
Exactly.
Okay.
They showed Dazed and Confused and Wolf of Wall Street.
All right, so the least authentic destinations worldwide, according to this research, number 10 is Brussels, 9 is Sydney, Australia, number 8 is Singapore, number 7 is London, then Boston, then Hobart. The hell is Hobart? Where's Hobart?
Hobart.
I know that is a
machine
giant
that makes
mixer.
Yeah.
Oh, Australia.
Okay, then Nashville at number 4, number 3 is Vegas, number 2 is Venice, and number 1 is Chicago.
So I think this is there is some sort of percentage blend between, because a place has historical elements to it, it can become a commercial, touristy kind of place.
Yeah.
So guess what? Our streets are all flooded and have gondolas on them.
Yeah.
So now there's a tourism element to
Yeah.
it.
And so we're going to have
shut up.
singing gondola drivers or whatever they're called.
Remember during
Pilots.
COVID when there wasn't any tourism really going on and the waterways in Venice were clear.
That's
You could
right.
see the fish underneath. And
It wasn't from pollution. It was the props that stir up all the silt and stuff at
Yeah.
the bottom. But yeah, they said you could actually see into the water.
All the garbage.
All right. One more story. One more noticer thingy thing.
More for the noticer.
This is kind of interesting. Delta, the airline, just opened its first ever airport lounge that isn't actually in an airport. And they set up a shop inside the Sphere in Vegas, speaking of Vegas. The new Delta Sky 360 Club is designed for concert goers and event fans, offering a branded hospitality experience tied to shows and special events rather than boarding passes and flight delays. It's part of a multi-year partnership that also puts Delta's branding on the Sphere's LED exterior.
Yes.
And will unlock exclusive Sphere experiences for Sky Miles members.
So, and they do cool things like you'll be there waiting and they'll cancel the show.
Oh, I love this.
Yeah, just to make you get that feeling that you're in a Delta lounge.
But they can get you into a theater down the street
Right, yeah.
if you need be.
But you're going to lose some money.
Steve, did we ever figure out, and you've seen them, we've all seen these clips on social media of, it's not the Sphere, but they are other theater experiences, and you can also watch sporting events.
Yes! Well,
where you feel, it's a gigantic monitor that you're right in front of.
I want to go to that place. Or those places.
Is it more than one? It's got to be more than one,
There's
right?
more than one. But basically, essentially, it is sort of the Sphere concept, but your line of sight and in the room you're in makes everything look like you are in a level at a stadium or an arena, and it looks like everything is to scale.
Yeah.
Those cameras, and you said you saw how they do that. They fix the cameras at a certain level, and basically, for all intents and purposes, you are there. Virtually there.
The one that I am aware of is in Texas somewhere.
Dallas, I think it's
Yeah, I think so.
We should have one here.
Dude, I would love that.
Yeah.
I would love that.
Marissa found it's called COSM, COSM. And there's one in Los Angeles. That's one that she had just pulled up. So I'm not familiar with that or how many of them are available.
So we're looking at it, and they're showing that the Matrix, I guess, is part of the deal. But yeah, that's sort of a Sphere-esque.
Yeah.
It's kind of cool.
It kind of reminds me, Steve, of those the rides at Universal,
Yes.
like the Simpson ride.
Yeah.
Where this has like 2-tier and the screen is just absolutely gigantic and it pretty much covers your entire field of vision. Like an IMAX screen, but a little bit more. Almost the ones that come around a little bit.
Agreed. What makes this so cool is that you are at least to scale.
Yeah.
I mean, we're watching an MMA fight, which is not to scale right now, but on the video we're watching, but you're pretty close to proper scale.
Yeah, it looks like when you're down, like they just showed like you were behind the net at a hockey game.
Right.
And it looks like you could stand next to the net and it would be about the right size for you.
I'm a sucker for all that. I remember the first time any of the motion control rides, the first time you rode Back to the Future years ago, and now where they've carried it at Universal, unbelievable.
So it looks like there's 2, one in Dallas and one in LA. And it's like, it kind of feels like the Sphere, but just bigger. Like the movie Tavern plus the Sphere.
Okay.
Is this place.
Cosm is the name of that. So that looks bigger than the Sphere to you?
It looks smaller to me.
No. The vibes. That you're just kind of, I don't know, in that stadium seating.
Okay.
It just has that feel.
Yeah, because I was going to say it doesn't look nearly the size.
All right,
of
I'm
this.
going to look to see
Definitely
if Cosm is going to be expanding.
Yeah.
Well, you know, the Sphere, the people who own the Sphere is a Madison Square Garden company, the same company that owns it. I mean, right now they're operating at a loss because they're finding out that the maintenance on those screens and those lights.
That many screens.
Is staggering.
Something's going to go wrong.
A lot.
Yeah. And have to be replaced a lot, I would imagine. All right, that's it for The Noticer. 28th Annual Villain Arts Tattoo Festival is happening this weekend at the Pennsylvania Convention Center. Our good friend Troy Temple has been putting this thing on for ages.
Forever, yeah.
Turned it into the largest tattoo festival in the country, and we want to welcome 2 people. We have your MC of the event, Dr. Blasphemy.
How you doing?
Nice to see you, Doc.
Hey, I missed you guys.
It's good to see you. Well, we're happy to have you back in our fold.
We know that medical school is taxing, and that's where a lot of your time is spent. So, yeah.
And with you, you've brought a very special guest who we're having for the first time in our studio. This is Reggie Bugmuncher, who is here. How you doing, Reg?
Oh, I'm doing great. I'm really happy to be here.
Nice to see
you. Do you think you'd walk down the street and pass Reggie and think, I bet that woman's name is Reggie Bugmuncher?
It's not fully obvious.
No,
but,
not completely.
Although I did just see your hand, your left hand, as you brought up, the heart implant there you have on your. Explain what that is. What's a technical term for that?
It's just a silicone implant, but the technology is the same as cheek implants or the chin implants.
So you just it doesn't have a name like skin modification or what's the term?
Super saucy hand implant.
Oh, super saucy hand implant.
All right. Body modification.
Body mod. Okay, thank you.
So now I'm looking at it. Can you subcutaneously just manipulate the heart which way you want it to point, or is it locked?
No, it's like the scar tissue builds up around
I
it,
see.
but I can still squish it up because it's silicone.
All right.
Wow.
Melissa, you having a tough time looking at that?
Nope, definitely can't look at it. I'm like, I want to take a photo for Instagram. Maybe we'll just pose for a photo and I'll post it and won't look at it, okay?
She's really scared of it.
She used to have a pierced tongue, so I mean, it's not too far off the mark.
It is the coolest thing ever. It just freaks me the hell out. But it's amazing. Like that is like the first person to think about putting an implant, because of course you can put implants anywhere in your body that you need them. You know, butts, boobs, anywhere, and it's like, why not put some art on my hand? Yeah. That's so cool.
Well, listen, Dr. Blasphemy, the reason that Reggie is here along with you is Reggie is one of the performers at the event. And I want people to understand that the Tattoo Arts Festival is not just about artists and your chance to come by and get tattooed. There's a whole lot to this, right?
We have over 1,000 artist and vendor booths. So you can come in and do some shopping, get some artwork, different things, oddities, jewelry. There'll be sideshows happening on stage, tattoo competitions. It's a little bit of everything happening all day long.
It's the most comprehensive celebration of a lifestyle that draws in all sorts of people from from the casual person who's interested in a tattoo to someone who wants the more extreme stuff, but it's all there. I mean, and the fact that it started here is kind of really cool.
The Philadelphia Convention or Expo is the largest in the world. We're going to have over 30,000 people in here for this weekend.
Yeah. You guys are, no matter what on Sunday, you're open, right?
Yeah, we're open.
Are.
Yeah. So, and I was talking to somebody about this yesterday, but the amount of vendors and people that are there, performers, vendors, they're all
a while, and has done some amazing writing on shows like Ted Lasso, including the upcoming season and Crashing and so on. But her show is called My Friend Katie, and it's coming up at the Underground Arts on June 4th. And it's a really interesting concept, and I can't wait to talk to her about it. Please welcome Jamie Lee to the show this morning. Hi, Jamie. Good morning.
Good morning.
Thanks for coming on. And listen, I want to dive right into the show and My Friend Katie. And could you explain what this is about? Because I'm fascinated by this. This is about a friend of yours.
Yes. So the show is sort of like a blend of stand-up meets true crime. And it is about my friend Katie, who mysteriously passed away when I was in college. And it was completely shocking. She passed away in her sleep. She's 18 years old. And we were like good kids, good families. Like it just absolutely made no sense. And at the time, this was in 2004, you know, there wasn't a lot of talk about like mental health or really anything, vulnerability, nothing. So everyone kind of just shut down and tried to like sweep everything under the rug. But it always was there for me, like in my heart. And finally, I decided, you know what, I can't really like live like this with this question mark over my head any longer. So I'm going to take matters into my own hands and try to investigate what happened to her. And obviously, I'm not an FBI agent. So inherently, there is comedy in someone who doesn't know what they're doing, trying to figure out what they're doing.
All right, but I'm intrigued, and obviously I don't want to spoil anything that comes out of the show, but is there a culmination? Is there a conclusion? Did you find out the things you wanted to find out?
Yes, there's definitely like a very satisfying payoff to the show. I think one of the things I learned along the way is that even when you have questions answered, it just leads to more questions.
Yes.
You could chase it forever and ever and ever. I could keep researching this until the day I die because, and that's something I don't think I knew in advance of going on this quest. But yeah, like it just makes, like if you get like closure, let's say, to something, it ends up just being another opening where you're like, okay, well, I learned that, but then that makes me wonder, well, then why did this happen? And why did this happen? And you just kind of have, you know, those like cork boards you see in detectives' office with like the red strings, like that's fully just what was happening and still is happening in my mind.
So this debuted at the Fringe Festival,
in Edinburgh. Yeah,
great reviews and great response. And you know, brushing up on you, and I'd seen and was familiar with you, and but I was watching a lot of your stand up, and which is hilarious and super sharp, and you know, tags after tag that are just hilarious. And then the Ted Lasso thing, I think you're uniquely equipped to take on something like this that at its heart is tragic on a level, but also taps into the common human experience. Why did that happen? Why did that good person have that happen? Because it confounds us, and it's this thing that looms over you. But you also will have to, as happened, you know, we're massive Ted Lasso fans, as is, you know, anybody who likes great TV. And in episodes that you wrote the episode where you know Ted talks about his it finds out his dad committed suicide or reveals his dad committed suicide. These are deep issues, and ultimately sometimes there is no resolution, or sometimes the hackneyed "it is what it is" true. And is that a bitter cold slap in the face, or is that reassuring in one way?
Well, I think it's reassuring, and I think the only thing that we really have control over is creating our own dialogues around these things that are hard to talk about.
Yeah.
And I think it's very much in our culture to kind of like not discuss death, even though it's something that really unites all of us. So I actually do think, much in the way that like, you know, political comedy helps us work through how we feel about politics or helps us sort out our thoughts. I think it's similar for like comedy about like grief and hard emotional topics. I think it's a way to work through things in a palatable way that we can handle, that isn't just like wholly depressing and, you know, sucks all of our energy.
So to that point, we referred to Ted Lasso as food for the soul.
Yeah. Food for the soul.
And there to be reminded of that commonality with the person next to you who lost somebody, and they're also going like, why,
Yes.
why? And it does a world of good. I mean, these shows and your writing and something like this, I think can do, and this is why we're so intrigued about it, knowing your pedigree, because it can speak to a lot of things that we experience. And in that, obviously your comedic capabilities does come funny stuff. And there's apparently a reference to a story. I don't want you to give it all away, but there was a something concerning a Six Flags trip or something like that.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
And is that something you can reveal, or you want to wait for the show?
Well, I can give you a little taste. Basically, yeah, it was kind of like the moment I realized. So Katie and I were like, joined at the hip, best friends, sleepovers at each other's houses all the time. And just like very similar ways of thinking. She was also super like loved comedy, was super creative, all these things. And so there was this moment when we were at Six Flags together. I think it was the summer before my freshman year of college. And we were in Texas, and the heat in Texas in July. Like the most oppressive thing you'll ever feel in your life. And I remember she was like drinking out of a flask. And I was like, like the only thing we should be drinking right now is water. And I was kind of like a loser narc in this way. Like I was like not a vicey kid.
Yeah.
So I was like, we should be drinking water, not vodka. And and I remember being like, that's weird. And she just like kept drinking. And they ended up, she ended up throwing up on a ride. And they had to shut down the ride for like 2.5 hours.
It's a life experience. Yeah.
And at the time I was like, wow, like Katie really she really brings the drama, your child, whatever teenage brain is not thinking like, oh, this person's like crying out for help. Or maybe a more sophisticated kid is. I wasn't. I was just like, wow, Katie's like kind of being wacky.
Yeah.
And that was a moment that I look back at and I'm like, man, like I wish I had intervened in a more real way and not like just kind of been flippant about it.
No, and you do look back, and as you know, it's the longer you spend on this earth, these nuances of life present themselves to you, and you can sort of recontextualize things. When you were in school, you studied screenwriting?
A little bit, yeah. I was in the communications school at UT, so I was kind of like touching on a couple different things. I started out as a theater major, so I have like an acting background, and then, was interested in writing, but also at the time just kind of like knew I wanted to be in comedy, and I didn't really know exactly what that meant until
I bet you that served you well to know how to write a good screenplay, to know how to write. It's the same with a good joke. I mean, that's a skill set, and you can tell in your writing capability. I mean, because again, we marveled at so many of the Lasso episodes and the episodes that you were also executive producer at a certain point, correct?
Yes.
Right. So
I've been an executive producer like the past 2 seasons.
So to understand this myriad of characters interacting in a way and have it. Each one was a little perfectly bowed story.
Well, the genius of it is that in 30 minutes, you laugh and cry multiple times. Each one of those things, each one of those emotions gets expressed a few times in 30 minutes. You're killing me over here, Jamie.
I know. Well, and I that's like kind of my favorite type of storytelling.
Absolutely.
Let's just feel all the emotions we can.
Yeah.
You've got to be a
It's
Frank
a talent.
Capra fan then, right? It's very Capra-esque. In fact, Frank Capra was invoked a number of times describing Ted Lasso. And I remember we always laughed about the fact that the show initially received criticism for being a feel-good show. I'm like, are you straight out of your... I think it was the LA Times. Are you straight out of your effing
really?
mind? Yes. It was too Pollyanna-ish. I'm like...
We needed it.
You need it.
Yeah.
And also I think a lot of things get labeled Pollyanna, and you're like, no, it's just kind of like nice, like it's warm and fuzzy. It doesn't mean you're like Pollyanna is so like it's like more like you're naive. You don't really see the world for what it is, and it's like. No, I do. I just maybe don't want to always.
Right, to belabor the negative and really celebrate what is positive, because there is so much. Yeah.
Absolutely. And I think that's what's cool about Ted Lasso is it's not like we don't go to the dark places. Like we do. We definitely lean in, but we also will lean out, and there will be a takeaway that, hopefully makes you feel something, whether it's happy or sad or something. It definitely like taps into your soul for sure.
Well, that's why I believe that your show is going to be able to handle these multiple, emotions that one might feel. On the negative side, you have a death of a friend, but I'm sure you find ways to lighten it up and have a few different emotional rides while you're on this. I was curious with Katie's family and how they reacted when I assume you reached out to them ahead of time.
Yeah.
What was their reaction like when, because I'm sure it's still an open wound for them. It's their child,
Yes. Well, that's interesting you bring it up because I tried to reach out to them way early on and I could not find them. And you would think in the age of the internet that you could find anyone, but I actually part of my quest was trying to reach Katie's mom because I hadn't seen her since the funeral. And it wasn't until we were deeper into trying to figure things out that we were even able to locate her. And there's a thing in my show where I talk about how we finally got a hold of her. And when I tell you, it was a true web of coincidences that got us to the point of actually being able to locate her. And then we went and we interviewed her. And so she's very involved and we talk. And she's also working on, I don't want to say specifically, but she was also happened to be when I finally reached her, is also working on a piece of art about Katie. She is fully writing things. So we actually kind of have parallel paths in certain ways.
With your skill set, and you're working on a number of projects, this to me, and I not to capitalize on this story, but it's a story that is, I think, especially in your capable hands, could do a lot of good, for people to hear this and experience this. Is there any talk about converting this to a series or a movie or a documentary film? Is any of that in the works?
So I should also say it is already a documentary as well, because there's this guy, Alex Hammer, who is this brilliant filmmaker. He helped Amy Schumer make her Expecting Amy documentary that was on HBO, and I loved it.
Right.
And I basically saw that and I was like, who helped her make this? I tracked him down and I was like, I have this loose idea where I want to figure out what happened to my friend. I don't know this is before it was ever a stage show.
Yeah.
I wanted to get in the field and try to get answers, and he was on board. And so we have so much footage, and a lot of the footage is built into the show. So I will throw to audio clips of someone I interviewed. It all helps with the narrative. So
it's multimedia.
Yeah. Definitely.
All right. Very cool.
So, yeah, which is cool. I think it also supports what I'm talking about. It's not oh, she's just making this up. It's no, listen to how this went. Listen to how this conversation actually went. So yeah, and I also had a professional journalist / someone who has expertise in the crime realm, my friend Emma Cortland. She's absolutely brilliant. She also was part of the production team. And then Winston Hodges, who's a comedian from DC. He was just on Kevin Hart's Funny AF. He made it to the top.
Oh, cool.
6 or top 4. I can't remember. But yeah, so I had a really cool team around me just trying to gather information. And then after all of that happened, started shaping the stand-up and the narrative.
So let me ask, did this ignite in you your inner mystery-loving,
Yes.
only murders in the building? Not that this is a murder, but I mean, so is this a lot of what you consume for your own pleasure, this kind of stuff?
Well, yes. So I talk about that in the show. I was a big true crime person, sort of before it was even in the zeitgeist.
Yeah.
Mom was into it, my aunt's into it. I feel like we're in this true crime coven, all of us as women. And so it definitely, I started from the perspective of okay, let's talk about true crime. And by the end of the show, I have a very different opinion of that as a medium, and also just my relationship with true crime has changed a lot through this experience, and it's made me really look at it in a more real way.
I still enjoy it, but there's also aspects of it where you think, here's a family that was probably done dirty by the way this was depicted.
Totally.
And often, Preston, we'll see a Netflix documentary or something. We go, I think I'm kind of 50-50 on this.
Yeah.
That's the thing. And it's like, and by the way, there are true crime podcasts and documentaries where like they literally have helped people like get out of jail.
Yeah.
Like there's good that has been done by shining light on a story that we may not otherwise know. So I do think there's the positive there, but I think, at the end of the day, it's like, and I have this joke at the beginning of my show about like, some people, they didn't know that their like tragic end was going to be sponsored by Casper mattresses. You know what I mean? Like, it's just so demanding.
Yeah.
So I really, with this show, I really try to be as self-aware and what's the word I'm looking for? Like, I really try to like keep it on me and my journey.
Yeah.
Because the more you put it on the other people, and naturally when you're investigating, you have to talk to people. Like, that's the whole thing, is you have to get a hold of people and ask questions. And it's very easy to kind of project onto other people in the orbit of this project. But I had to make sure, like, no, I have to tell my story. Nobody can tell their story. I have to tell my own.
You can balance it also with the notion that you're honoring the memory of this friend of yours who had a brief period of time. And it sounds like there are a multitude of wonderful memories and things like that as well. So you've immortalized her in that way.
I like to think so. And there's something at the end of the show that I definitely don't want to reveal, but that really feels like I'm getting to show Katie in a way that, it's the version of Katie that I think she would have been really excited for people to see. And so, I like really live for that moment at the end. And it's like a big reveal. That means a lot to me, and I think would have really meant a lot to her. I also think she would have loved the show. Like, that's what's weird. I'm like, we kind of romanticize and put people on pedestals, and they're almost like not real people anymore after they've died. And I'm like, no, she was like a person. Like, she was existing in this world. Yeah. So I also want her to feel like more well-rounded than just like, and I do talk about this in the show, like just like the photo you see in a funeral, or like the photo you see on a tabloid. Like, that is always, it flattens who they were.
Yeah. If you're just tuning in, it's Jamie Lee that we're talking to. She's going to be in town at the Underground Arts, and this is on June 4th. Her show is called My Friend Katie. Touching back a little bit on Ted Lasso, the 4th season is coming out August 4th. When the 3rd season wrapped, did you think it was finished, done with, over? I know that there were little rumors floating about. Did you hold out hope, or what was your mindset when it came to a close?
I did think it was over. I mean, not in a way that I wasn't thinking too hard about it. I did feel like we're probably done. So yeah, when I heard we were coming back, I was definitely surprised. But then I know other people who were like, oh, I thought we would come back. And I'm like, really? So it's a mixed bag. I think there are people who are like, we knew all along. And there are people who are like, wow, I really thought we were done.
It was one of these cases where, and it happens, it happened with Shrinking recently as well, where you're like, I get it. Here's a perfect little thing. Yeah. Well done. Thumbs up. But I kind of would like to spend a little bit more time with these people. And so in as much that it's really seems to be in large part fan fueled. I mean, I know it's daunting to you guys as the creative process. You're like, you fly too close to the sun, but it's still, I think we kind of all need it and want it. So it's good. How much have you done on it? How much is, is there already a 5th season in the works, or where do we stand?
I mean, we'll see.
Okay. All
right. We'll see.
All right.
But yeah, we finished filming. I think I was done around like right before Christmas, and then it went into January, I believe. So they're still editing. But yeah, it's coming out soon. It's coming out in August.
Yes.
Does it ever get old, Jamie, the people thanking you for being a part of that show?
Honestly, no.
Okay.
There's so much television out there, and there's also great television that people just don't even know about.
Yeah.
And so to work on a show that actually not only resonated with people, but that people know about, I mean, what are the odds? Like, I never, when I signed on to do Ted Lasso, I never in a million years could have predicted where it was headed. I just was like, oh, I really like these people that I work with. Like, it didn't go beyond that.
Yeah.
So, to see what it's blossomed into, and the Emmys and I'm like, what? It's still every day I go, that is so cool that happened.
It is.
All right. Is there a show that you watch that nobody's heard of?
Well, one that I don't think a lot of people have heard of that I'm really into is this show on Hulu called Such Brave Girls. It's just about these like 3 women who live together. It's a very simple premise, but it is so funny and the acting is incredible. And I haven't seen the second season, but the first season is like 6 episodes, like flawless television. It's so funny.
So when you're writing something as intricate and multi-layered as Ted Lasso or these other shows, and obviously there's great shows throughout, history. The complexity of your passing different directors, different writers, keeping the synergy going. Let me just ask this basic: how's that done?
Yeah.
How do you do that?
No, totally. Yeah, it's really interesting because it's such a team. It is such a team effort. I will say that everyone who works on this, for the most part, there are some new people, but for the most part, everyone really was from season 1. So I think that helps that we all kind of like know the deal now. And then, like people who come into the fold, they were fans of the show.
Yeah.
So it's very cool to be like, okay, well, like they know what we're going for. They've seen it. And so, I don't know if that's answering your question.
No, it is. Yeah, that's cool.
You know what's funny is I almost feel like a sense of like I helped create the show, Ted Lasso, because I was the first one of us to watch it.
You made me watch it.
And so like I feel like but it was one of those, and you had mentioned the Emmys and all that, like it had won all of these awards. And I was like, I guess I have to give this a try. It's like when I watch the Grammys and all these best new artists, I'm like, well, I guess I gotta try, see what all the hubbub's about. And so that's what I did with Ted Lasso, and I watched it, and I was like, oh my God.
Yeah.
And I had to be careful with Preston because sometimes when I like over champion something, he'll like hate not watch it.
I'll push back.
I'm like, if you like it too much, I'm back.
It pisses me off.
But then I found a break in time, and I'm like, all right, Casey's bothering me about this thing. And then I got to the 3rd episode. I'm like, this is one of the greatest TV shows I've ever seen in my life. And I was and then I became him going to all of my friends like, you need, and I would pitch. Jamie would like, you need this in your life. Trust me on this. This ain't just a TV show.
Hey, it's only a half-hour episode.
It's only 30 minutes.
How long did you spend in England? Because obviously you had to be. I mean, a lot of it is shot right. Shot right there.
It's mostly shot. Yeah, we have like one thing that is not there, but everything else is there. I was there for like 4 months, I think.
Oh wow! I thought it'd be longer. Yeah.
I was like fully living there. Yeah, I really like London a lot. I'm a big fan. And
are you in fact a soccer fan or a football fan?
I've become one.
Okay.
When I first got hired, I had to be very transparent about like I don't really follow sports. Like, I don't know if I'm your girl. And then they were very like, don't worry, we have people on the staff already who do that, so you don't have to worry about that. But now I'm like, I love it. I do.
Oh, cool.
It.
It's pretty wild that just the little things like because I've only been in London for like 4 days, and I almost got hit by a car like 17 times.
Yes, it happens
because they're driving on the other side of the road, and they do touch on that in the show where he's about to step into the road because you're
really
just used to looking left and you should be looking right, and or the other way around.
I didn't really get good at that either. It's not like I was there for long enough to start adjusting. I'm like, I kind of always was almost hit by a car like the entire
Yeah, you need that muscle memory. And you can't be confident at that point.
How exciting was it to write for more female characters this season? Because it is a switch away from the other team.
I mean, it was so wonderful. Like it's huge to be able to, because I also, just being in comedy naturally, I realize a lot of my career is like making men funnier.
Well, your stand-up is so insightful, and what I love about it is that like Girl Code was a show that you were very plugged into, and it for men it's like, hey, you're going behind quote unquote enemy lines and seeing here's a peek into the mindset, but the really adroit people such as yourself can make it like guys get it. It's at the core we're all human, and then you have obviously the differences. And what's funny is funny. So,
Yeah. And like, I've just been really lucky. Like, I work with so many funny people. Like, it's crazy. I'm just surrounded by people where I'm like in awe, like watching. Even like, we'll have a scene that we're working on, and then Jason will take a look at it, and I'm like, oh my God, like his mind is it's unreal. Like he's so good. He's just so naturally good.
Yeah, well, I wanted to ask you about this because I don't know exactly what this constitutes. You're a writer's assistant for Jerry Seinfeld and Tom Papa.
Yes.
What are you writing with them? What is the capacity?
Oh.
Yeah.
Very the opposite. On that job in particular, it was very like, just be quiet and take notes.
Oh.
So yeah, but some writer's assistant jobs, depending on the writer's room, you get to sort of like throw in jokes and ideas here and there. And it is a feeder into becoming a staff writer, usually.
Yeah. To watch two of the best do what they do had to be a clinic in its own right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Very cool.
Wow. Well, listen, we're excited that you're coming to town with the show. It looks very intriguing, and it's going to be at the Underground Arts June 4th, and tickets are on sale for this now. And, of course, Ted Lasso comes out August 4th. Anything else that you got your hands in that you want to mention that we should be aware of?
I mean, just really like trying to make this show more of a thing. So, yeah, even if you aren't in Philadelphia, I'm coming to other cities, too. So.
Okay.
Yeah, but it's all on my Instagram at Really Jamie Lee. All of my ticket links and like up-to-date information about my friend Katie. It's
Congratulations with it. I think it's a wonderful thing. This person had this moment on this earth, and your friendship is allowing her to live on in a way that's going to, I think, help a lot of people. Knowing what we know about you, not having seen the show, I think it's probably going to do a world of good.
come see the show.
Absolutely, yeah.
Excellent. All right, thank you, Jamie. Great talking to you. Good luck with everything. We'll see you soon, okay?
Okay, see ya.
Bye, Jamie Lee. So, Ted Lasso coming out on August 4th, and I'm interested to see what happens with that.
I am as well.
And whether or not it captures the, I mean, I'm sure the spirit of the first run is going to be there, but it'll be different dynamics.
Well, and then you always have to deal with this is not like that. You know, but then if they have the skills that they do obviously that they exhibited in the first couple seasons, they'll pull it off.
It's been great to watch the characters evolve on that show because like Roy Kent, Jamie Tart, they're not the same people that they were in season 1. But when you see them out of context in other shows, you're like, this isn't, hang on a second.
I know.
That's not Roy Kent.
Like, I love the arc that, what's her name? Keely?
Keely.
I love the arc that she took in, like, the crazy girlfriend into, jumping around relationships and then becoming a boss woman.
Yeah.
Like, it's just really fun to follow, and I'm interested to see how that grows this season.
The actor who plays Jamie Tart, I don't know his name. What is the show that he is?
He's on Rooster.
Rooster, that's it. Okay, that one, yet another. I got to throw on the pile of watch it. Sometime I've been hearing great things about it.
Well, that's the one where I see him and I'm like, that's not Jamie Tart. Say baby.
Jamie Lee wrote the episode where Jamie Tart's father comes into the locker room.
It's
that's a good episode.
Man. Oh, should have asked her about that. I didn't think about that. Such a great show. All right, well, I think we should take a break and come back in a moment. We do have some bizarre file stories that we'll be getting to momentarily for you, my friends, so make sure you stay close. We'll be right back.
Right, so like, you guys were within walking distance. So no matter what, this is going on Sunday.
So you mentioned the vendors, but as far as the show goes, I'm looking at the list here, Doc, and there are things like a Birds of Prey show.
Yes, live Birds of Prey on stage.
It's great.
Jay Chen will do a little picture with you and talk with you about the birds.
And there's also things like burlesque performers and contortionists.
It's
and
not just burlesque. It's sideshow burlesque.
Do tell.
Well, regular burlesque, she's dancing around and she's slowly taking off clothing. Well, on this one, it includes cucumbers. It includes metal skewers,
Light
swords.
bulbs.
Yeah, it's a sideshow burlesque show.
So it's like Uncle Fester meets burlesque.
It's Verona Fink, the Queen of Pain, and she's also the one that leads our live human suspension, where they hang the people from the ceiling in the hooks and they swing around.
It's wild.
It's fun.
It's fun. Have you ever dabbled, either of you, with the...
I haven't.
I've suspended.
Have you?
Yeah, just a couple of times.
And just
All right.
I'm too scared.
Yeah.
What part of your body are you
Just
hanging
the
from?
back. I've only done the back. I did it twice. The second time, I was really excited. They cut me down to one hook, and they were like, "Just chill out, be fine."
Wait, stop. They cut you down to one?
Yeah, so I had two, and then they cut me down to one, and they were like, "Now calm down, like, chill, because now I don't have the two supporting me."
Supporting you.
But I had so much. The endorphins were racing like crazy, so I was still swinging like, "Yay!" And then they were like, "Bring her down," because I started ripping.
Oh, it's nothing. It's just a stitch or two.
Yeah.
It's just a stitch or two.
Can you feel it ripping while it's happening?
I mean, I didn't. I was like in a very euphoric state. I didn't
Well, who
understand
wouldn't be
what was
thrilled having a hook in their back?
Yeah, I mean, imagine you've got the hooks in the back, you're in the air, you get a burn from the hooks, which is releasing your endorphins, and then the adrenaline from the audience. It's screaming and cheering for you. You're just like, I don't care, I'm going to swing.
I remember when I saw, was it Chris Angel did the I don't even know if it's real or not, but I mean, I know that it has. Obviously, you did it, but he was on a helicopter, hanging from a helicopter, and they were flying him over some canyon or something like that. So when you do that,
Truitt did that too.
After the hooks come out, what do you have to do? Do you have to immediately tend to it medically? What's the protocol when you have just had two large meat hooks in your back?
They typically will just do what they call burping you, which
Okay.
gets all of the air out.
Right.
Because a lot of air could have gotten in there, and then that can be a problem later, and it makes this weird noise that they call Rice Krispies. It pushes.
They're squeezing it and pushing
they
everything out of
squeeze
the little holes.
all the air out, and then they seal it up, and then you're healed pretty quickly.
So I love so much of this stuff, but that part of it, I have to ask, like, did you ever have an inclination as a kid? Were you into like vivisection or taxidermy?
How did you find out you could do this stuff?
I don't know. I guess I was always a bit of a tomboy and really, really adventurous. My parents were in the military. I traveled around a lot, so I think that I was always open to new experiences.
Yeah.
All right.
Jeez.
So I used to do, let's see if you did stuff like this when you were younger. So I would take like a needle and thread and go through the thin part of your finger, like on the pads of your fingers, and like stitch your fingers together.
Yep.
So would you do that type of thing?
I would.
That's about as far as I got with it.
You never hang from meat hooks on your
I never really thought about that.
I've wanted to, and I've seen grown men, like 300 pounds plus, get up there and swing, and I'm just afraid I want to get in the air, and as soon as they get me up, I'm be like, put it down, put it down, this hurts, put it down, put it down.
Well, you're smaller, so a 300-pound guy going down to one hook.
I've seen people, ladies and men, over 300 pounds.
So obviously what happens there is the focus of the way you're suspended is now concentrated on one spot.
Right.
And that's the issue.
And those suspenders, like Verona, they're really good. They're professional riggers in addition to the piercing. So they know like how much this is going to hold in weight. They know exactly how to fix everything up there.
So besides the back, where else can you suspend? I mean, where else will they suspend from?
Any part of your body.
Really?
We've seen that face suspension.
Face
that was
suspensions, knees, elbows, the rib cage.
Anything genital?
Genital-wise?
I've seen butt.
Yeah,
but
butt.
I haven't seen, because we're in public doing it.
Yeah,
I've
yeah.
seen the gentleman ones.
Yeah.
After we're
I guess
done,
that's true. Hey,
I'm
kids.
doing a live stream. I can show you some of the videos I have on my phone.
Yeah.
We can't post many of them at Villain Arts, but I got a Facebook page that I post them all at.
So to remind people, this is a more general. This is not. You're not going to see something that's going to redefine your humanity. It's going to be interesting, right?
It's going to be very interesting.
What's the age appropriate for this?
I mean, really, we've seen kids sitting there enjoying it and loving it, and adults pass out.
Okay.
So, I mean, we allow children in the room. 12 and under are free to get in. So we encourage you not to pay a babysitter. It's a family event.
You have a little daycare
This stuff happens after
My
9
biggest
p.m.
fans are kids, little girls.
I would love to see you open up a kindercare where the kids are suspended by hooks.
They all call her Aunt Reggie.
Yeah. It's like, I mean, I substitute teach sometimes, and I'm also a Mrs. Claus in December. And so, I think that there's nothing more powerful than these little girls to see a strong, powerful lady with power tools and swords on stage. And they're like, I mean, granted, they might be weird little girls like me, but it's a whole collective.
No, listen, the coolest people through the years, when we started in the business, a lot of the stuff and the people that we were, associating with were like the Suicide Girls initially and all of this sort of alternative stuff. And the coolest people.
You remember the Suicide Girls?
Yeah.
You know he's been around.
Yeah.
The Enigma when he was doing shows. He's gonna be with us again this year.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Is he's there this year?
Not
this
here.
year.
He's
Okay.
going to be with us in Denver.
Yeah, we know
this
all
year.
those guys. Yeah.
By the way, a text came in and says, Reggie worked with my mom at Philly U.
Yeah.
Sideshow aside, easily one of the coolest people I've ever met. That's
Oh my
nice.
goodness, that's so nice.
Yeah.
My daughter absolutely adores her. She's just,
All right, so what, Reggie, Bug Muncher, what all do you do? What in a sideshow performance, what are some of the things that you wow the crowd with?
Oh, so I do what's known as a standard 10-in-1 classic American sideshow.
Okay.
So in the history of American sideshow, you would have 10 different performers, and they were each specialized in one thing. And I do a full 10-in-1 by myself.
Like a one-man band.
Yes,
Yeah, okay.
exactly. So I do like an angle grinder act where I'm making sparks and then light a cigarette off with the sparks and then put the cigarette out of my tongue. I do the human blockhead, which is hammering things in my face.
Yeah.
I do mental flossing, which is tubes that go in and out of the nose that I can pull back and forth. I like to do this thing called body shots. So if anybody wants a free shot when they're attending the show, I have a funnel at the end of the tube. And the tube goes in my nose and comes out of my mouth. And then we run the liquor through my skull right into their glass. Sometimes if they're frisky, right in their mouth.
And then also sword swallowing is.
And
is
sword swallowing, yes.
All right.
And sword, you stand on swords and stuff like that too, don't you? Walk up and down the store. Yeah.
Ladder of swords. I've done bed of nails. I have beds of barbed wire. I
Okay.
have fish hooks in my eyes.
all right.
Fish hooks in your eyes.
hooks in the
You
eyes.
say.
Yeah.
All right.
Here's what I'm going to do for you. I'm going
What
to
do you
hand you
do?
my phone. I open
Okay.
my gallery section up, and you can press on anything, and there's nothing inappropriate in here. But when I
right.
talk about large people,
Oh my God, Doc.
it's how you distribute the weight.
Oh
of the
my
hooks.
God! I don't want to look at it. I don't want to look at it. It's a very, very, very
I
large
do.
woman
I
being
do.
hung from her nipples.
It's actually from right underneath them.
Yeah, she's not a barbarian.
Yeah, come on now.
All right. Here's a beautiful woman just swinging through with two on a rib cage.
Yeah, I don't. Thank you.
It's
She's
not the
beautiful.
person. It's not the person.
It's not my
the
thing.
activity.
It ain't my
Yes.
thing. Reggie, what I wanted to ask you, tell us about any injuries that you've incurred, either in your professional career doing this or in your learning what your limitations are.
It'd be wild if you were rushed to the hospital with a stapler accident by accident at the office. Like nothing that has anything to do with your job. But what significant thing have you encountered, or have you?
I've only, up until last year, I had been very, very lucky. I used to eat a lot of bugs. It was a live geek act.
Hence Bug Muncher.
Yes, but unfortunately, that act ended the very first year. I found out that I have what's categorized as a shellfish allergy. So
People don't realize that. That's a big part of like creating like meal out of bugs is that it's exactly the same sort of stuff, and you'll have
I'm
an
so
issue.
happy you know that, because like
And-
a lot of people give me tequila lollipops or all this other stuff, and I'm like, I can't do that, or crab cakes.
So your name is Bug Muncher,
Yeah.
and you can't eat bugs.
The universe is sometimes very
Yeah.
cruel. I was locked in. And then in October, I had my first and only sword swallowing injury,
Okay.
which was pretty serious, but not as bad as it could have been. It was a very lucky injury.
Was it throat?
Yeah, I tore the lining of my esophagus.
Dear God. Okay, so we watch. I'm sorry to interrupt.
No,
Steve.
please.
So regularly, have you seen the TV show The Pit? It's a
heard
medical
so
show.
much about
It's a
this.
great
I've
show.
heard.
I've seen a couple.
But what they do a lot of is intubate people. And it's a very risky proposition when you're going into the human throat.
Yeah.
And in fact, if it's not the right conditions, they would rather cut a trachea and do it that way. But here you are shoving swords down your throat.
Well, hopefully not shoving.
without the advantage of being able to sit. Now, it's not going into where you breathe. That's a little bit different, but you could still do, even with something that's dull, you could hurt yourself pretty bad.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, you can puncture the esophagus, go into your chest cavity. You can also, because you have to realize all of that stuff, you're going in front of your heart and then in between your lungs, like right through here, and then loosening up sphincters so the sword will go through it.
Well, let's face it, spoon swallowing isn't as exciting.
No.
So Captain Steele, he's probably one of the best sword swallowers in the world, and it has happened to him where he was in a hospital and almost died from it.
Well, what happened with him? He clipped something his inside of his throat?
He went into the chest cavity.
Into the show. So how do you, okay, I was fascinated by this stuff. How do you know as it's descending, how far is far enough?
It'll
I mean,
stop.
besides the handle.
It'll stop at the bottom of your stomach.
At the bottom of your stomach.
All right.
Okay. Rocking in the free world, 93.3 WMMR. It's everything that rocks. That one didn't quite work for crowd karaoke the other day.
Nah.
We knew there were going to be a couple. It was going to be hard. This is over here, Keenan's official opening of the Jersey Shore, and we get the crowd to sing along to lyrics. I'm like, I wonder if they'll know this part. They didn't. So there you go. We tried to bat 1,000, but it doesn't always happen. We have a final look at traffic. Marissa, what's happening?
We're slowing on the PA Turnpike westbound from Willow Grove out to Fort Washington. Then on the Schuylkill, there's a disabled vehicle. This is eastbound right at Girard, jammed from the boulevard. We're also slowing on the westbound side where there's that roving crew in the right shoulder. It's between Gladwin and Conshohocken, jammed back to the boulevard. Slowing 95 southbound from Cottman out to Girard, and the Blue Route northbound from 95 to the Media Bypass. This traffic report is brought to you by Borgata Hotel, Casino, and Spa. If you want it all, dining, games, pools, and more, it takes a village. It takes a Borgata. Visit theborgata.com to learn more. Must be 21 and up. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. And that's your traffic on 93.3 WMMR.
Marissa just pulled up our YouTube page, and this was posted yesterday, I believe, on our socials. But the baptism of beer, I think it's the coolest I've ever looked. And I look like Pierre Robert in the video
That
clip.
pretty much says it all.
I did my own crowd surf. I jumped out in the crowd, and they took me all the way up to the stage. And I'm telling you, I usually hate seeing video of myself. I really enjoyed this one, and I realized it's because I look like Pierre, and the whole thing is I'm wearing the wig and the beard and the tie dye and all that stuff. It was so much fun.
It looked great. Looking at all the video, it's some great video thanks to our Newman friends and what they were able to capture, and just a lot of still photos are terrific.
Yep.
But yeah, man, more than one person has said they got a little misty-eyed. But Ryan was talking about seeing you up on the stage looking very Pierre-esque around the bar.
Yeah.
So it is. Speaking of Pierre, by the way, can I introduce something here?
Yeah, for sure.
I have this thing, and I'm sure we've all encountered this. It's a picture of Pierre. It's wonderful. It says, God bless Pierre Robert. And I'm trying to determine whether this is a sticker. That's what I'm trying to figure out. Huh. So you ever have one of these things where you're like, you think you can do it, Marissa?
Is it a sticker or a patch?
I have no goddamn idea.
So,
and I'm trying to peel away.
When it went, so you remember when I bought the giant googly eyes?
Yes.
And I put them on that guy's face, head down the Jersey Shore. So I tried to peel off the back. I'm like, these have to have a sticker on the back.
You would imagine.
I couldn't get it to come off. So I went and I bought Velcro strips.
Yes.
And put those on there.
Right.
And as I was getting ready to go put them up, I realized it was indeed a sticker, and I couldn't peel off the back of it. Steve, it was just so thin.
That's what I'm thinking here.
That I could not get it off. I used nails. I tried doing everything. You got it, Marissa?
You're ripping it, aren't you?
Steve, it's a sticker.
She got it.
I got it.
Yep, she got it.
I got it. But I'm going to keep it
Thank
together,
you,
though,
I
in
wanna
case you don't want to put it up.
Yeah.
I hate that. When you get this and like, this is waxy on this side. This is definitely something I can peel off, but you can't.
Right.
Oh, and you know what else I can't stand? I almost took a picture of it the other day. It was, I don't know if it was like, I got from the grocery store. I found it was like chicken or some kind of a package that had an easy open tab. And I almost just posted a picture of that and wrote bull ass.
Yeah.
Easy open. My ass.
There are times when I don't know. So there's one of the cat foods that we use. Easy open resealable bag. Lick my ass.
Totally.
I always have to take a pair of scissors.
Lick my ball sack.
Lick my ball sack. And then they redid the kitty litter thing, which is, it used to just be, there was a perforated opening, like a teardrop, let's say, opening size hole in the front of the box. Now there are two cardboard strips that you kind of pull back, and you're basically bisecting the box in half. It's a mess. Those things hang out. Like, who in R&D goes, here's a better way?
Yeah.
Oh, it's like when you open a milk carton or like a lemonade carton and you like rip it immediately. It ruins the whole experience. Over the weekend, though, I experienced one that I've never seen before. Child-proof, easy open bags for like legal drugs. For gummies.
Really? Yeah.
Now they're
dude.
making child-proof.
Dude, all of the stuff you get from a dispensary you need surgical equipment to get it open. And I understand it's technically pharmaceuticals, or at least on the Pennsylvania side.
Kids need to
but
know.
My God, is that stuff hard to get open?
How to open up their... I'll tell you this. With these stickers, instead of doing just the one flat, put this separation.
Yeah, in the middle.
Yeah.
You can bend it,
semicircles.
open
That costs
it.
too much money. Good to go.
I'll give you another thing. I didn't even know we were going
I
to
didn't mean to
about
do this, but I've been trying to work this all morning. Thank you, Marissa.
And another thing, or quit it with that, is, as far as opening things up, the either foil, tin foil, or aluminum foil, I guess, is the more updated version.
Yeah.
50 years later. Anyway, aluminum foil or parchment paper, where you have to pull it out and then you have to tear it.
Yes.
There's a little serrated edge to cut it.
Sucks.
Have they not figured out to make those boxes, the integrity, hold together so that after the third or fourth time, the box doesn't rip in some way, shape, or form, and then you got to reach in there with your fingers and cut yourself on that serrated edge to try and get it to work? Come on.
Saran wrap.
Yeah.
All right. When it becomes looped in on it itself, and you're trying to surgically pull it, yes, Preston, it's all because of that damn box and the dispenser, and it starts to disintegrate. And then you're trying to hold the roll loose and running it across it. It's horrible.
Steve, I've helped the environment because I've just quit Saran wrap.
Yeah. Oh, have you?
Because once it twirls around the roll once or twice, and it's just canceled.
Yeah, that's so much fun, isn't it? All right. Anyhow, that was
Quit it with that.
Quit it with that already.
What,
All right.
Is that what the saying was?
Quit it with
Stop
that.
it with that.
Stop it with that.
Yes.
That's the new segment.
We haven't even talked about goldfish containers, when you get the carton of the goldfish and it's supposed to open like a milk carton.
Yeah.
It doesn't.
It doesn't.
And it tears.
Yep. All right. Anyhow.
Stop it with that.
Stop it with that. It's our bitch session. Let's do the Bizarre File.
WMMR presents Preston and Steve's Bizarre File.
All right. It's brought to you by Neumann University. Ready to take the next step? Advance your career with Neumann University's graduate programs. Flexible, supportive, and career-focused. Learn more at newman.edu/graduate. This is a pretty wild story. And I meant to get to this last week, but an elderly California couple found dead inside their country club home had reportedly been caught in a disturbing online scam involving someone posing as actor Tom Selleck.
What?
Before their deaths, according to a close friend. Donald Whitaker, 80 years old, and his wife Karen, 79, were discovered with traumatic injuries inside their home. Deputies responded to a welfare check, and that's how they found them. Authorities have not revealed how the couple was killed. No arrests have been made. As investigators continue probing the double homicide, family friend Joy Medecki said that Karen had spent months sending money to an online scammer pretending to be Tom Selleck. Medecki said the ordeal began after Karen posted a Facebook tribute to a deceased school friend. Soon after, someone allegedly contacted her by text message claiming to be the Hollywood star. She said they found her phone number and they text messaged her and they said they were Tom Selleck and they knew this girl had dated her. And now we have something in common, and that started the whole thing. According to Medecki, Karen initially sent small amounts of money through gift cards before the payments escalated. She said she was living and breathing this part of her life, and they were constantly texting her every single day, text after text, and people around her started noticing. Friends and family tried repeatedly to stop the alleged scam. Medecki said Adult Protective Services visited Whitaker's home multiple times. Karen's relatives also cut up her credit cards, removed her access to financial accounts, but she allegedly continued finding ways to send money.
She refused to believe them.
Yeah. She said, we even had somebody who had a relationship with somebody that works for Tom Selleck go and talk to her and say, Tom Selleck does not do this.
Jeez.
It didn't matter. She couldn't stop believing it. Medecki described Donald, the husband, as a retired dentist who had recently completed detailed tile and glass work throughout the couple's home. Karen had worked in his dental practice before the pair relocated roughly 20 years ago. But that was their connection, so she knew them well, and there's no word. They have not said whether a suspect is at large or released details about the victim's injuries. That's
you do
wild.
know that the original title of the song was Don't Stop Believing in Tom Selleck.
I didn't know that.
Parenthesis, in Tom Selleck.
All right, so thousands of people are expected to head to Central Florida next month for an event focused heavily on Florida's very own legendary skunk ape.
Skunk apes.
That's according to the organizer behind the Great Florida Bigfoot Conference, which is scheduled for June 13th in Ocala.
Billed as the world's largest waste of time.
This year marks the 6th annual rendition of the event, which organizers say will feature all of the following: live Bigfoot town hall discussions.
Wow. Will it be attended by Big Feets?
Interactive exhibits and displays, Bigfoot-themed photo opportunities, Skunk Ape Row featuring vendors, artists, and researchers, and family attractions and activities.
All right, so your choice. You can hang with the abominable snowman, Sasquatch, or a skunk ape.
I mean, Sasquatch is the OG. He's the OG.
The OG.
I would have to
and
go with that.
skunk ape just suggests a bad smell.
Per the event page, the conference will also host a roundtable regarding the skunk ape, which is the Sunshine State's equivalent of the fabled Bigfoot or Sasquatch. This is not a formal lecture, the event page reads. It's a boots-on-the-ground update designed to give our attendees an firsthand look at what local researchers have found over the past year. So, what is a skunk ape? The Florida Fish and Wildlife Conservation Commission said that reports of the beast claim it's always accompanied by a foul smell.
There you go.
An odor like rotten eggs, moldy cheese, or feces. There is no direct evidence that it exists, though its origins could stem from people mistakenly identifying wild hogs or bears. Despite that, many have touted its existence. In July 2020, the skunk ape was sighted in Naples, and in January 2021, it was in Inverness County, or Inverness. Then in February of 2021, it was Seawalls Point in Martin County. However, Dave Shealy, the founder of the Skunk Ape Research Headquarters,
the revered Dave,
said that there are locations where sightings are far more common.
So let me ask you this question. F, marry, or kill? Bigfoot, the Yeti, skunk ape?
I would F the Yeti. I would marry Bigfoot.
Yeah. You have to kill the skunk
Sasquatch
ape.
and kill the skunk ape.
Yeah.
I don't know squat about the skunk ape.
No, but it's
and with
he
that
smells,
smell, are you
yeah.
kidding me? That's a turn off immediately for me. All right, a former healthcare assistant dismissed from her job after she revealed harming patients, attacked two patients already suffering from serious spinal injuries, a court heard in England.
Man.
Belfast Magistrates Court, this is in Scotland.
It's in New England.
Oh, no, I'm Belfast. It's in Ireland. Also heard that after the incident, one of the patients exhibited cognitive impairment and had to undergo an emergency brain scan. While the impairment has resolved, a detective warned the potential damage to the patients. Apparently, 42-year-old Laura Doody, D-O-D-D-Y.
There you go, man. It's a poop name.
Was charged with 2 counts of attempting to inflict grievous bodily harm on patients. A police officer said that the staff at RVH told police it was around 9:30 p.m. when Doody came on to the ward. Although the ward was not accessible to members of the public, the court heard that Doody had, at one point, worked there as a healthcare assistant, so had knowledge of how to get in.
What does Detective Kaka say about that?
Patients on the ward are suffering from severe spinal injuries, and many of them are immobilized to assist in recovery. Doody approached the bed of one of such immobilized patients, grabbed him by the shoulders, and shook him.
Shook Doody, huh?
This is somebody who's a spinal injury causing severe pain. Staff heard and pulled Doody away from him, but she was being escorted out of the ward. The 42-year-old broke free, grabbed another patient, and shook him and shouted, "You effing bitch!"
Man, things getting tense there.
Yeah.
All up in that.
Doody's employment was terminated because in
Where's
addition
Doody?
to issues of alcohol misuse, she shared thoughts of harming patients. So the judge said this is a massive escalation in offending behavior.
Oh, you stepped in it now, Doody.
And described Doody as a danger to the public. He refused bail. Doody was remanded in custody.
All right. Man.
There you go. That's enough Doody for the day. That is all we have in the bizarre file for you. All right. We will take a quick break. We will come back in just a moment. We will test your knowledge of today's program lesson question. We'll get to the trash and a little music news thrown in to boot, too. We'll be right back. All right, and you're going to display this for us today, right? You bought
I would love to.
some apparatus with you.
I did. I brought a bunch of weird
Preston.
toys for all of you.
We had a live weather forecast and sword swallowing.
How about
in one
that?
day.
Yeah. Dr. Blasphemy keeps handing me videos to look at.
That's Camille Zamboni. She is a female contortionist archer.
Wow.
And she does feats of strength and flexibility and archery on stage. She's on stage each and every day. You can scroll back and forth on there. There's nothing bad on there.
No, I'm watching her spin around on this little
on the table
Lazy Susan thing that she can fit on because she contorts her body that small.
She can fit herself into a square box. Also have that on there.
Wow,
it's amazing stuff.
All right, so I'm dying to see you at work, Reggie. What are you going to do?
Let's get to swallowing.
Let's get swallowing.
Let's get swallowing.
Oh my goodness! I mean, no warm up, no nothing. Just like
Yeah, well, how do you have to warm up?
Yeah, how do you warm up?
Oh, well, just like this.
You kind of wiggle around.
She's like Michelle Jenneke, you know.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, do a little dance.
So
At
if I
that,
swallow it over here and then bend towards you, do you want to pull it out?
Hell no!
Come on!
All you have to do is just grab the handle.
Steve will do it.
Steve will do
Yeah,
it.
do it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Steve will
Just
do
grab
it.
the handle
Take
and
my
pull
gum
it
out. I want
straight
you all to
out.
think I'm classy.
All right, so she's taking her gum out.
Putting it on her water.
Preston, if you swallow gum, it could be bad for you.
Yeah, right. All right. If you're just tuning in, this is Reggie Bug Muncher, who's going to be at the Villain Arts 28th Annual Philadelphia Tattoo Arts Festival this weekend. Snow, it doesn't matter. They're doing it. Okay, so we're watching Reggie. She's at the other end of the studio. She's got leaning a sword up, and she is opening her mouth and dropping it down. That's got to be at least 2.5 feet long. Oh my God.
And now watch him pull it out.
All right, now she's leaning forward, and Steve is going to remove it.
I become king of this house.
That's right. All right, here comes the sword, and we have a new king. Jeez.
That is awesome.
Yeah, and she can do that with the smaller swords like this, the larger swords, multiple swords.
Reggie.
Oh, wait.
What?
Star Wars.
What? Do you have a lightsaber?
She's going to swallow a lightsaber.
All right, I got you.
All right, we need appropriate music for
Are you going to withdraw it, Preston, or?
I don't know.
A long, long time ago.
If she's
in
over
a
this
city
way.
called Philadelphia, Reggie Bugmuncher was born. The
Marissa,
anatomical
all right,
wonder.
I'll do it.
You can do that one.
It's
I'll
not
do
as
this
bad.
one.
Okay.
When it's dark, it's really cool because you can actually see it lighting up through my throat.
That's what we're. Wait, let's lower the studio lights.
Yeah, hold on. Do you guys know where the lights are over there? Ryan Shuttleworth, please kill all the lights that are down by the side.
Oh, this is so romantic.
Marissa.
Yeah, the one on top of me.
Yeah, I'll turn off this light. Hang on, we got to see this.
Reggie's got a red neon tube she's getting ready to swallow.
And down it goes. And sure enough, I can see it glowing through my throat. Oh, my God.
All the way down. Past the Adam's apple.
Dude. That's incredible. She's flipping off Dr. Blasphemy for whatever reason.
It's a joke.
Wow.
There you go.
That's crazy impressive.
So I assume you've got that lit up, obviously. That could actually be more dangerous if that were to crack in your throat, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
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 I've never seen that lit up like that. You can clearly see the definition of your esophagus through your throat.
So I had years ago, I had a condition called achalasia, and what they basically did is they took my esophagus. It was not assisting in swallowing. It's a common condition. A lot of people aren't really familiar with it. Not very common, but enough that enough people have it. So they basically, sutured it to the side of my throat. So I don't have it blocking. For people who have a feeling that they haven't always swallowed their food, this might be what they have. Yeah. So have you ever perforated your esophagus? Or how do you, people talk about not having a gag reflex. I assume you do not.
I do. When I'm brushing my teeth, I still kind of get in there and.
How are you swallowing a sword and Crest is taking you out?
I think it's, the first people that were doing this thousands of years ago were like yogi masters. And I think a lot of it is knowing your body and being able to completely center yourself and concentrate on that. But whereas, when I wake up in the morning and I'm running late for work, I'm not centering anything. I'm like,
Casey, get a rim shot ready.
Yeah, okay.
But even a yogi can make a boo-boo. Thank you.
And you know what? It wasn't until just now that I noticed your shirt you're wearing is a centaur having sex with a woman on a horse.
Oh, my
That's
God.
a Troy Temple original design.
Is it? Troy
Yes, it
did
is.
that.
Troy drew that.
That's funny.
It's like the centaur's going, I'll do it, but you got to get on a horse.
I'm kind of at a loss for words here.
Well, hey, she leaves everybody at a loss for words.
Yeah.
And you know what? Let's really freak them out, Reggie. Do something with your eyes.
Oh, my goodness.
No.
There's
A
some
real
peop-
feat of strength.
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
She's going to take fish hooks, put them in her eyes, and lift a fish bowl.
Oh my God!
Wow.
Yeah.
But here's where it gets weird.
Yeah. Here's where it gets weird. She's doing this all before 10 a.m.
Yeah, there's an appropriate time for raising aquariums with fish hooks attached to your eyes.
Hey, man, while she's setting up for this, real quickly, we're going to be open Friday from today, from 2 to 11, tomorrow, 11 to 11, and Sunday, regardless of the snow.
So, by the way,
11 to
Saturday
8.
is completely wide open, clear. We've talked to it. The snow is going to kick in the early morning, but say, even regardless, you guys are right at the hotel there. Come check you guys out.
Yeah, I got a feeling we're going to get slammed Saturday with people.
And you can always take the train in.
Yeah.
It's right there at the convention
Stops
center.
right there at the convention center. Villainarts.com to get the tickets, by the way. All right, so Reggie's getting she's getting her apparatus out. She has these
This always looks better in pearls, Preston.
There's these pearl strings, and at the ends of them are fish hooks.
And the tremble hooks.
The
There are
triple
3
ones.
hooks.
Oh, my
For those
God.
of you who are not familiar with it.
Dude, I'm not going to watch it.
I'm watching.
All right, she's inserting.
I'm watching.
She's got one hook in her eye now. Take a peek at her.
So I assume it's just a regular hook, not like a classic fishing hook has a barb, a separate barb. I assume you don't have that, right?
No barbs.
Okay.
All right, this doesn't bother. I'll film this for you, Miranda.
You don't need to film it because then I
All
have
right,
to look
she's
at
putting
it.
the hook in the second eye. As you can see it resting there on her lower eyelid.
Here, Steve, you can.
Now, if you're online, you can see great pictures.
Can you come in a little closer?
Yeah, guys, if you want to get a picture of this and maybe put a little Santa hat on it.
Wow. That's very cool. So what does that do to your contacts? No.
Yeah. All right, now she's going to take these 2 tremble hooks, hook them to the carabiners on this fish bowl. And you're like, well, why is the fish bowl heavy? It's filled with water.
Oh, my God.
So all that weight with just the eye hooks.
Okay.
Fish in it?
No, there's no fish. Yeah, that would be cool. Put like a sockeye salmon in that. All right, here we go.
All right.
All right.
3, 2, 1. And look at the stretch.
Dude.
See it? And at home, right now, her eyelids are being stretched down. The
She's
lower
swinging
eyelids.
it back and forth.
Oh, that's even harder. She's swinging in circles. Reggie is insane.
Reggie, you have to make that face your driver's license photo.
Thank you for describing this, Dr. Blasphemy, because I'm literally not looking.
I noticed you looking completely the other way.
I can't do it. I'm actually.
We're done. We're done.
Let me describe to you what I did see, okay? Because I'm looking at Ryan Shuttleworth, and the moment she hung that, Ryan started rubbing his arm like he was a junkie to compensate.
I thought he was from Kensington.
He had to do something to cope with that.
Do you know,
That's
there
too
are
much
people-
for me.
It's funny, though, Preston. You talk about the very little specific things that people freak out on, right? So that people can be okay with a whole bunch of different things, like they'll watch Terrifier.
Yeah.
But when Art the Clown goes near someone's eye, oh, my God. So have you noticed that in the time you've been performing?
The eye situation really
Right, yeah.
because there's a bunch of tough guys that are always at my show and they're like, oh, there's a trick to that.
Yeah.
That's not real or this and that. But it doesn't matter whether they think it's real or not. By the time it gets to the eyes, they're really freaked out.
So I assume you take all the proper precautions, but have there been any lingering issues with stuff you've done over the years?
No, not really. After my sword swallowing injury, I was a little bit worried that I might have some scar tissue
Right.
and then have to kind of relearn because that part of the esophagus wouldn't stretch anymore. But I've been really lucky. Yeah.
Well, I just would like to thank you for opening my eyes. I'm okay with sword swallowing.
Yeah.
So
Excellent.
just the fishbowl thing.
She opened your eyes with sword swallowing, but you're not okay with open eyes.
Exactly.
There you go. We all have our thing.
It's acquired taste.
All right, so like Dr. Blasphemy was saying, this is going on all weekend long, Sunday as well. But also, besides this, the sideshow and the other shows, but tattooing. If you've been considering getting some work done, you want the right artist to do it, this is your perfect opportunity to find them.
We've got all your favorite TV stars, Black Ink Crew, Ink Masters all through the room, Tattoo Rescue.
Do you just walk in and walk up to a tattooer, or should you make an appointment?
No, you can walk in, just walk up to a tattooer, look through their portfolio, but you want to find the artist to do your type of work.
You have a chance to side by side sample what they do.
Right, you're seeing it right there.
1,500. How many do you have? How many
We have 1,000 artist and vendor booths. That's going to put us right around 1,500 artists, I believe.
Wow.
By the time, before the floor opens to the public, we have 3,000 people on the floor, just artists and vendors.
Yeah, wow.
So it's a huge thing. Come in, accessorize your clothing, your artwork, jewelry, everything you need for one weekend.
Ooh,
in this
tintype
one room.
photos.
Oh, tintype
Tintype photos, massage booths,
And you can purchase photo kits.
tattoo removal and
tattoo removal as well.
And as well.
One-stop shop.
There you go.
Okay. And hooks in the eyes.
Yeah.
We can't forget about Captain and Mabel from America's Got Talent.
Okay.
America's favorite sideshow couple.
America's favorite.
They're our favorite too.
Yeah,
and
they're the
really,
best people on the planet.
and one of the funniest people on the planet, James Maltman out of Ringling Brothers, also performing with Camille Zamboni and Verona Fink and the Suspension. We've got a great weekend packed for you.
I have to ask one question. Have you ever actually gone fishing?
No.
You get like a large bass on that, it could rip your eye out.
I had one friend that took me fishing just one time to kind of teach me because he was like, "You've never been fishing? Everybody needs to know how to fish." And so I was like, all right. I just went one time.
Very cool. Very cool.
And by the way, Reggie Bugmuncher is local, so she's around. Yeah, definitely. I love it. All right, well, listen, guys, good luck with the event this weekend. Tell Troy we said hi, and all the best to you.
Again, a pleasure being here. Thank you for supporting us. And
thank you, guys.
93.3 WMR rocks.
Love it. Thank you. Appreciate it. Dr. Blasphemy and Reggie Bugmuncher in our studio. Wow. I have some Philly-centric stories that I would like to share with you.
Wow, wow. He's the meat behind the beat with the pound of the beat. He's Preston Elliott. The city beater offer.
The city beater offer.
There you go.
I like that. No, these are all stories that have some type of Philadelphia connection. And this one, not often do we ever ask you, hey, vote for us in a certain way. I want to change that here. So Monopoly, the Philadelphia edition, is going to be coming out. And you, the citizens of Philadelphia, will have a chance to help select which iconic Philly landmarks and businesses will get a coveted spot on the new game. And I think WMMR would be a nice addition to the Monopoly Philadelphia. I mean, it's a 58-year-old radio station, for crying out loud. It is the longest-running rock station in America.
Legendary.
Yeah.
Listen, forget us.
Yeah.
It's a point of, we're proud to work for WMMR. It is, you know what?
Do it for Pierre.
Do it for Pierre.
That's what I think.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
And do it for my love of Monopoly.
The bespoke version of Hasbro's beloved board game will make its debut on store shelves this fall, but Philly residents have until the end of this month, it'll end on February 28th, to have a say in what places will be showcased on the board.
Can somebody bring up a picture of what the regular Monopoly board looks like so I can kind of glance as to where WMMR would make the most sense?
Oh, that's a good point.
I would kind of think somewhere around, there's probably going to be a Rittenhouse Square, right? Like it would make sense if the 4 squares were maybe the 4 railroads.
The 4 squares with the 4 railroads. What were the 4 squares? What do you mean?
So if you look around William Penn, there's like 4 squares. There's Washington Square.
Oh, I thought you meant on the board. Oh, okay. So, yes, I see what you mean. So, Washington Square, Rittenhouse Square, Franklin Square, and what's the 4th one?
I don't know.
Could be the railroads.
Yeah.
Okay, that's not a bad idea.
And then WMR is somewhere around Rittenhouse Square.
Okay. All right.
And I think it really should get a nice polish up. It should. I mean, I know the plan is to really make it as Philadelphia-centric as possible, which I think is fantastic.
I assume Boardwalk would be Independence Hall.
I was thinking Broad Street, maybe.
Broad Street?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, Boardwalk and Park Place.
Right.
Park Place is a street. I was thinking Broad Street should, because that's the one that goes through the city.
That's true.
Yeah,
they can be pretty much anything.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not necessarily just streets, but for 10 on Tuesday morning, or Wednesday, sorry. Second time I made that mistake. Certainly feels like it. It's not a bad thing, and it's already Wednesday. Kind of a so-so day weather-wise. Some showers off and on, depending on time of day, and high of 82, but next few days are looking great. Partly cloudy tomorrow, high 77, 80 on Friday. Sunny over the weekend, mid to upper 70s. Yay.
Excellent.
It's a make good.
Yeah.
From last week.
We definitely deserve it.
Yep. So lesson question time. What do we have to give away today? A pair of tickets as MMR rocks an advanced screening of Disclosure Day from Steven Spielberg. It's going to be Monday, June 8th, 7 p.m. at Regal King of Prussia in IMAX, mind you. And the question is, from 8:30 this morning, the GLP-1 Anadonia is close to what mythical place? 610-660-9333. Do you know the answer to that? The GLP-1 Anadonia is close to what mythical place? 610-660-9333. Why don't you give us a call if you know the answer to that?
The trash business is a gold mine. 93.3 WMMR with Preston and Steve's Hollywood Trash.
Brought to you this morning by Horizon Services. Protect your home's HVAC, plumbing, and electrical systems year-round when you join Comfort 360 from Horizon for just $19.99 a month. Book at Horizon to join. What's happening this morning, Steve?
Well, Preston, the Kendall Jenner and Jacob Elordi romance continues to simmer, with the two seen walking hand in hand near her Montecito home. Elordi says he feels completely comfortable around the extended Kardashian clan, pointing out that he played Frankenstein. Oh. Tiger Woods' private jet seen back in Switzerland, where he recently was admitted to an ultra-exclusive rehab facility. Woods reportedly fell in love with the place because of their world-class wine cellar. And finally, appearing on the Lisa Ann podcast, reality star Brandi Glanville claiming she believes her last boyfriend gave her ringworm. Glanville says there were red flags everywhere, especially since he was a Rottweiler. Yeah. That's your Hollywood Trash.
Looking for the answer to the question, the GLP-1 Anadonia is close to what mythical place? And we've got Jeff going to take a shot at this. Hi, Jeff. Morning, dude.
Good morning.
All
How
right.
you doing?
Good, buddy. All right, Jeff. So Anadonia is close to what mythical place?
Narnia.
Hang on, my man. And you were going to go see the movie because we have those advanced screening passes for you. A pair of them to see Disclosure Day, Monday, June 8th at 7 p.m. Regal, King of Prussia in IMAX. This gripping new Steven Spielberg thriller is sure to keep audiences on the edge of their seats. Disclosure Day in theaters June 12th.
Now, Preston and Steve's Music News on 93.3 WMMR.
Brought to you by Worldwide Stereo's annual television event. Now through the 31st, you can save on premium Sony, LG, and Samsung OLED TVs as Worldwide Stereo clears their showrooms for new arrivals. That's now through May 31st in showroom only at Worldwide Stereo in Montgomeryville and in Wayne. Alter Bridge have announced an 18-date second U.S. leg of their What Lies Within tour, running November 5th through December 5th with Big Rec and Tim Montana as support. And the run opens in Philadelphia. They're going to be playing Franklin Music Hall on November 5th. The tour supports the band's self-titled 8th album release in January, and it was recorded at Eddie Van Halen's 5150 studio. General tickets go on sale Friday at 10 a.m. Rivers Cuomo quietly uploaded 16 acoustic solo cover recordings to his YouTube channel over the weekend. It's a playlist titled Random Covers, and fans aren't sure whether it was intentional or an accidental archive dump. The demos, mostly recorded between 2018 and 2021. And you should listen to this, and it's as eclectic as he is. He's got acoustic takes on Michael Jackson's Billie Jean, Nirvana's Drain You and Lithium, Outkast's Hey Ya, which, by the way, it's Andre 3000's birthday today, Radiohead's Creep, Whitney Houston's I Want to Dance with Somebody.
Wow.
Dolly Parton's Jolene.
Great song.
Metallica, Enter Sandman, Guns N' Roses, Sweet Child of Mine, Green Day's When I Come Around, and Harry Nilsson's Without You as well.
I listened to a whole bunch of them yesterday because I was super excited.
Yeah.
It just sounds like it's him and a tape recorder on like a counter. And it's just, each one is about 60 or 90 seconds long.
Yeah.
So just snippets.
There's little snippets.
Does he cover the Biscuit song?
You know what, Steve?
Son of a
He
bitch.
did not.
Taste the biscuit.
That's him? That's Rivers Cuomo?
Taste the
Man, he
goodness
did.
of the biscuit.
He's good. That's a guitar?
Taste the honey sauce. Taste the goodness of the biscuit with the honey sauce.
But don't get it on her, whatever you
That honey sauce on me.
I don't like the way it tastes with my chicken wings. So, as Marissa said, most of these clips run about 90 seconds long. They're not full covers.
Well, that one's spot on.
Cuomo hasn't commented on whether the upload was deliberate or accidental, but Without You from Harry Nilsson.
Yeah, I know.
How's that one go?
Can't live Living is without you.
I can't live.
Yeah, Celine Dion does cover that.
Mariah Carey does a cover of it.
Oh, it's Mariah Carey.
Yeah.
No, I can't.
They might both.
I think they both do that.
Okay, yeah, because definitely Mariah do it.
Yeah, it's a good song, but
It is.
I don't hear Rivers Cuomo doing that, but well, whatever. All right, and then one last story. Billy Joel fans, get ready to open your wallet because Billy Joel, the 100th Live at Madison Square Garden, the complete concert, now available to pre-order on Blu-ray with a release set for Friday. The one-disc release is listed at $25 on Amazon.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, it is. And a DVD edition is also available for pre-order. The release captures Joel's 100th performance as part of his Madison Square Garden residency filmed on March 28, 2024. Concert included Billy Joel classics along with an appearance by Sting for Big Man on Mulberry Street and Every Little Thing She Does Is Magic. For fans who saw the concert on CNN, several tracks are billed as previously unseen performances not included in the original 2024 broadcast, by the way. All right, and there you go. It's the last item.
Yeah,
in
man.
Music news. We'll take a break. We'll come back. We'll get ready to wrap up our show. Ray Koob is in today for Matt Cord, who's recovering from his knee surgery. We'll find out what he's got in store and get the letter of the day for the word of the week. Stay with us. We'll be right back. But we know some of the landmarks. Obviously, the Liberty Bell has to be in there.
Is there anything that would correlate to a radio station, TV station, newspaper, and the original board?
You have the utilities,
right?
Okay, which are the electric company and waterworks. So maybe it falls under that umbrella. But I mean, in the past, you'd have to look at other custom-made ones, other city-centric ones.
If you look at like I played the Simpsons one, and they took all sorts of liberties with what they put on the board.
Sure, absolutely. It doesn't have to mimic exactly how Monopoly is laid out.
Would you be happy if the MMR logo was a game piece that you played with?
No, I'd rather it be a property.
On the board,
those get lost.
I'd rather it be a property. And then you have the ones, like Chance and Community Chest, and there's free parking and go to jail and just visiting and go, obviously, that are kind of outside the realm of properties. But I don't know, somewhere on the board. It doesn't matter. You would leave it up to the makers to decide where everything would go. But the nominations, generally, when they do these, come in the realms of nonprofits and charities, food and beverage, education, sports, attractions, events and festivals, utilities, transportation, retail, media, neighborhoods, and others.
So what if Mr. Monopoly was Pierre?
Ooh.
Oh, Mr. Rich Uncle Pennybags, I think is his name.
Yeah.
That's Pierre. Yeah, that'd be really cool. Absolutely. I don't know if that's up for...
I know that's probably a long
voting
shot.
Or not. Yeah. But public submissions and business inquiries can be sent to us.toptrumps.com/Philly. And, we'll have to put a link up on WMMR.com.
We're working on it right now. It'll be on PrestonSteve.com.
I'd like to kind of push this.
Yeah, see
I'd
if we can
really
do it.
like the radio station to end up on there.
There's a lot of stuff that needs to happen, historically speaking.
Yeah. I mean, Phil Abundance could be on there for talking about nonprofits as well. Obviously, the sports teams all have to make it on there.
Absolutely.
There's a number of obvious ones that could be a part of it. Is this an old Philly one,
Yes,
Marissa?
so that's what I was trying to pull up a clear picture. This was a Philly one that was created in 1996.
Okay.
And to give you an idea of how old it is, it's the Core State Center.
Was Boardwalk. And then Park Place is Independence Mall.
Mhm.
Okay.
Seems weird the Core State Center was Boardwalk.
Especially at that time. Yeah.
It was probably brand new. It was probably that year, 96, 97 or
Core
whatever.
State's probably bought it. Maybe,
they probably paid for
sponsor
it.
that.
Maybe that's part of it. It looks too blurry, this article. I can't read.
Yeah, I see the zoo on here, PGW.
The Phillies.
Yeah.
This, I'm not sure exactly when this will be coming out.
Later on this year, because it is this, sesquicentennial, bicentennial thing.
It's a Sasquatchennial.
I think you said fall, which surprised me that they would have such a quick turnaround to make it.
Yeah. So by the end of this month, you can put the votes in.
For the Sasquatchennial.
That's a lot easier to say.
Sasquatchennial.
And people will know what you mean. You know? It's like that one time the guy called it a charcuterie board. And I was like, I know exactly what you mean.
And put me down for 2.
Yeah, exactly. So Hasbro is doing this, and for more information, you can visit Hasbro's corporate site.
Nice.
And get on board for that. So I thought that was kind of cool, and I'd like to, I want to kind of keep sending this message out there.
I like the idea, listen, for Pierre would be kind of cool.
Yes.
To get him, iconic, an icon like that is a word it would be great to have him pop up that way.
All right, let me see what else we got here. The Library of Congress has selected a new batch of movies for the National Film Register, and the movie Philadelphia made the cut. 1993 legal drama will be preserved for future generations due to its cultural, historic, and aesthetic importance.
It's a great movie.
Loosely inspired by real cases, Philadelphia, of course, follows a gay attorney suing his former firm for wrongful termination. Those employers claim his performance was the problem. The lawyer, of course, played by Tom Hanks, believed that he was fired over his sexuality and AIDS diagnosis. His peers are initially reluctant to help, but a black personal injury lawyer, played by Denzel Washington, eventually takes his case. The movie was one of the first widely released films to address the AIDS crisis. It was filmed on location in the city, of course, and features Bruce Springsteen's Streets of Philadelphia. And both the song and Hanks won Oscars for their work.
You know, it's another great song, Neil Young's song in that movie. Terrific,
I don't know that one.
Yeah, they played at the very end of the movie. Oh, it's so sad.
They're showing the footage of him as a kid on the beach. It's just heart-wrenching.
Rips your hair.
Yeah.
I would imagine that Rocky and Mannequin are already in there.
Well, Mannequin?
Yeah, definitely Mannequin. And then also Trading Places, right? And then the trash kicking, field goal kicking.
Well, that was the first one to go in.
Yeah, these old don't have to be from Philadelphia.
Steve, I think wasn't that one of Antonio Banderas' first movie?
And he was he was not speaking much English at the time.
No, he had a very, very thick accent.
Right. I remember you had seen him before. I remember in Truth or Dare, Madonna wanted to meet Antonio Banderas.
No.
Oh, she had a big crush on him.
Oh, I did not know.
Yeah.
And that was after Philadelphia?
Before.
It was before.
I believe it was
Truth or Dare came out before?
I believe it was before.
Yeah, Truth or Dare came out in like 92 or something like that.
Oh, okay. Antonio, you don't look so good, baby.
Yeah.
He says that at the end. Philadelphia is one of 25 new additions to the National Film Registry, which selects works on preservation each year for preservation. The Library of Congress also picked High Society, starring East Falls native Grace Kelly.
Another Philadelphia base. It was remade, obviously. And I'm having a brain fart on the title, and Philadelphia's in the title.
Philadelphia Story.
There we go.
Yeah, so the 1956 musical marked the actress's farewell to Hollywood.
Actually, High Society was a remake of the Philadelphia Story.
Okay. Yes. The Prince of Monaco, 3 months before the movie's release, she married him and sent her off into royalty.
Isn't the Core State Center named after Grace Kelly?
Yes.
Yes. Her last name was Core States initially. So the local connections don't end there. High Society, as Steve was saying, is a song and dance remake of the comedy The Philadelphia Story. In other new additions, they include The Karate Kid, Inception, The Thing, and Clueless.
Mr. Miyagi is from Philadelphia in that movie.
Wow. Turner Classic Movies will screen some of the films in a television special, which is coming out on March 19th.
You know what else made it into the National Registry? The Thing, John Carpenter's The Thing.
Yeah, I just said that, yeah. Along with Clueless and and Inception as well. With the latest entries, the National Film Registry now lists 925 American movies. It is accepting public nominations for next year's picks right now through August 15th.
So Craig Legons is such a wealth of pop culture knowledge. He said John Leguizamo turned down the Antonio Banderas role to do Super Mario Brothers.
Oh, my God.
that was a good movie.
You liked it?
I was 12.
kid.
I was
Okay.
10 when it came out. Yeah.
I was saying, I never saw it. It got panned so bad.
It was fine. It
Yeah.
was good.
This was
Yeah.
Bob Hoskins, right?
Yeah,
Was
he was
it?
the lead. He played Mario.
Yeah.
right?
It had that dark, gritty, like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles
Right.
underground
Philadelphia
vibe. Yeah,
vibe.
Philadelphia.
AIDS is all throughout the story.
He had AIDS.
That's why Princess Peach
You
was
don't
in
look
the
so
shower.
good, Mario.
So yes, the film Philadelphia. Before I moved here, so I moved here 30 years ago. And when I told my friends that I was leaving town, we got together and we watched the movie. A little summertime tune for you.
Love it.
On MMR. Very happy for him, yeah. Today has been an enjoyable day. Thank you for being a part of it. We had a few people swing in with some cool things. We had Jackie Keown stop by this morning from our friends at Dunkin'. And she is the field marketing director. Today is Dunkin Iced Coffee Day.
Yeah.
And if you get your iced coffee, $1 from every iced coffee sold will support the Dunkin Joy in Childhood Foundation. It's a mission to bring joy to kids battling illness in local hospitals and people that are facing food insecurities and things like that. 100% of the funds raised late and bring some joy to the kids that are battling those issues. So thank you to Jackie for stopping by. Thanks to Mike and Alex for our little check-in on Fox this morning. And then we had comedian and writer Jamie Lee on the show. And she's got a stand-up program called My Friend Katie at Underground Arts, June 4th. And it's very interesting because it's a tribute to her friend who died when she was 18 years old, kind of under mysterious circumstances. And she's done a little digging, a little sleuth work, and has found some things out. And she's also turned it into a comedy show, which is going to be drama and comedy together. And to give you an idea, she writes for Ted Lasso. So she knows how to write comedy and, serious tones at the same time.
And it's a multimedia show, too, because there are interviews and as she's trying to sleuth out what happened to her friend.
Yep. So undergroundarts.org to get your tickets for that June 4th show. And then on August 4th is the highly anticipated fourth season of Ted Lasso. It's coming out. So it was nice to have her on the show today. And then Ray Koob walked in our studio.
Good morning, everybody.
Nice to see you, sir. How are you today?
Good to see you, too. In today and tomorrow.
Yes.
For the recovering Matthew Frederick Cord.
Yep. So. We're going to see him Sunday. He's coming out to Rittenhouse Square for the Pierre.
He's hosting the festivities.
Yes, for his dedication, and he's going to come out, on one leg.
Yeah,
it's good.
Hey, he sent me a picture of his knee. You want to see it?
Yeah, man.
Oh, it's
no.
good gnarly. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Oh, that actually doesn't look so bad.
Yeah.
Dude, but the amount...
I've seen some that
they
are...
went from quarter up from the knee from the thigh all the way down to the shin.
Yeah, they do.
That is an incision right there.
That's a big
man.
one.
That's a robo job.
Yeah, big time. So hopefully he's doing all right, man. I'm sure he's okay. But he'll maybe we'll check in with him either tomorrow or Friday. Before we find out what you have coming up, should we get the letter of the day?
Sure, why not?
Right.
Preston and Steve on 93.3 WMMR.
Now, the Daily Letter.
The Preston and Steve Show is brought to you today by the letter
E, as in Eagles.
Hey! You did it! Ray. All right, so we have, by the way, a 6-pack summer concert tickets. Each of these shows are at Freedom Mortgage Pavilion. It's going to be the Black Crowes June 12th, Motley Crue July 27th, and Breaking Benjamin September 4th. Tickets are on sale now via Ticketmaster, and we'll be giving that away on Friday. Got some special workforce blocks cooked up today?
Indeed. It is the Big 6-0 for Sean Kinney from Alice in Chains.
Oh, wow.
And so we'll do a block of them in the workforce blocks, other things too, and cooking up something special for the vinyl cut. It's fun to be able to do that.
Yeah.
Dig into the library when nobody's looking and play something cool.
Where are the vinyl records?
I'm not telling you.
Okay. I'm not sure. They're somewhere in the
Rabbi's
building.
old office.
Yeah. That's it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Still there.
The music-
it's the music library. And I think we all walk in right past it, but it's like right there when you go in to go look for something.
Nothing takes me down that way anymore at this part of the studio, so I never really pass by it that often. But yeah, I used to walk by that regularly.
Yeah, I think I can share this. Jason's been cracking into it every Saturday morning.
Mm-hmm.
So he pulls some vinyl out and play some Pierre vinyl.
Cool.
Yeah.
Well, kudos to Matt for getting a remote start on the turntable in the studio, in the Pierre Robert studio, going. Because for all these years, we went through gesticulations with Pierre in the other room and a producer at the board. And so Matt was like, no, I think I need that.
Yeah.
I did it a few times the way that we're talking. Matt was doing it. It's not fun. It's like, hey, I'm back here. I'm going to start it now. But it's really great because, you can do a great walk up to something that's classic and crusty. I love it when the crusty all the cracks and sounds pop out.
Do you remember when Pierre would go into the other studio to do it, and there would be the sound effects of him walking down like this cavernous hall to get right next door. I forgot about that bit. That was cool.
Hey, can I ask you guys about something?
Yeah, man.
Because I
Is it a girl?
No, it was about an hour ago.
Okay.
You guys were talking about the easy open bags.
Yes, yeah.
I want to talk to you about the SOB of a bag of Brussels sprouts that I wrestled with on Saturday.
Okay.
And you know what the struggle is? You got to get it open. It's got that thing that pops open eventually. But what if you pull too hard? Because I know you get
Jared.
too pressed. You get to the point where it's like, and there's Brussels sprouts everywhere. But I made it work. What is up with that? And you mentioned the stuff at the dispensaries.
Yeah.
They're not made for grandpa to open.
No, they're not.
Dude, are you smoking Brussels sprouts?
Yeah. It's got great medicinal properties.
There we go.
No, I have to break out a knife, and then even after I cut through the labels, there's still sometimes you have to look. There's words that are like you have to squeeze this part of the box to get this to open up, and then there's a little tube inside, and then you got to squeeze that tube.
Have you ripped the top off, and then there's the childproof seal inside? Yeah.
Was it a Capri Sun?
Yeah, it's like a Capri Sun for grown-ups.
Yeah. All right. Thank you, Ray.
See you guys later.
You
I'll
got
see
it, buddy.
You tomorrow, right?
Yeah, we'll be here. And thank you to our sponsors, Preston and Steve Show, brought to you today by Dunkin, and also brought to you by Franklin Mint Federal Credit Union, empowering financial journeys for families since 1970, and also Faulkner Buick GMC Trevos. You can get massive construction sales savings at Faulkner Buick GMC and Trevos, and FaulknerBuickGMC.com to be sure. Tomorrow, an old friend of ours is stopping by, Quincy Harris.
Hey!
He's got a comedy show coming up. He used to be on Q's show from time to time on Fox 29. So he'll be in the studio, and we'll have many other wonderful things to share with you. That is it. We are done. Rage on and have a great day in the morning. We'll see you tomorrow, friend. Bye-bye.
Thank you.